Tom Arnone.
No, it's call-out time.
Brian Wilson.
You died for that football.
Nick Delgazzo.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.
Welcome. It's Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com. We are live from the BMW of Atlantic City studios. We're right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. BMW of Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 of the Parkway. Find them online, BMWofAtlanticCity.com. Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Nick Delgazzo, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. This is the Bad Boys of Sports Talk. Agree to Disagree on the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. A lot to talk about today. Obviously, NFC, AFC Championship weekend. We're going to dive deep into that as the show moves on here. And we'll talk to the end of the show. We'll have the 5 questions with Rob Povey. We'll touch with some Sixers, obviously, last night without him beating. You just see the difference, and it's amazing. And we'll talk. Some guys are out there saying that, they want another, top 5 pick again this year. And I'm just not a believer that we need another top 5 pick. So we'll get into that later on in the show.
I mean, I'll take one.
No, I'll take one, but I don't think we really need it.
We might get one from the Kings with Rudy Gay going down. They're going to plummet.
So we'll talk. Yeah, we'll get in a little Sixers. Philly's right around the corner. Some upgrades, obviously, in the outfield. Some veterans in Michael Saunders, Howie Kendrick. So a little bit more of a professional lineup than in years past. So we can talk some Phillies. Spring training right around the corner. And we also want to mention, right now that a guy who plays for Philly, Jeff Singer, he's going to join us every Sunday just to break down his week down in Clearwater. So I think that'll be pretty cool. We'll have a guy who plays for the Phils on just touching base. And it's not even going to be like who did well down there, who didn't do well. Listen, he's a movie buff just like you. And I think that's a perfect little match made in heaven. That's why I figured it'd be perfect to have him on here. So we're going to have fun with it more than, oh, my God, what'd you eat today? How was the filet? What'd they serve in the clubhouse? So we're going to get a little deeper into it. But, listen, this is heavy championship weekend. And that brings our poll question up, brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Who will win the conference championships? Real easy. Packers, Falcons, Steelers, Pats. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HED Radio is where you can find us. Gentlemen, get right into it. Not predictions. We can save our predictions as we move on.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Mr. Sweetman. How are you?
Good.
Feeling good, looking good, playing good. Let's go.
Feeling good, looking good, playing good. That's all you can do. So, and I said, we'll get into Nelson Adams are expected to play for the Packers. We had the alarms go off in the Steelers hotel last night. Was that Bill? Was it Bill? We're going to talk about who really set the alarms off.
Definitely a Pats fan.
Colts fire GM Grigson. You expected that coming. Like I talked about in the preview, he never put anything around Andrew Luck. Still hasn't. So we'll talk about his dismissal. Pagano's still going to stay on in Indianapolis. So,
He's getting surgery, too.
And, yeah.
Another injury.
And we will talk about, Peyton. There was talks about Peyton Manning being in the running for GM.
For GM?
But he doesn't even like Irsay. Move. Him and Irsay don't even like each other. It's been clear numerous times that them two have,
not a bad move.
Despised each other in years past. So.
Football guy.
Great move. He wouldn't sign Vanderjack, that's for sure.
No, Kicker's a drunk, owner's a pill popper and a drunk. So, I don't see Peyton any parts of that. But right into the NFC Championship game, we'll start there, and we'll start Packers-Falcons. Now, with Adams and Nelson expected to play, how does that change this pick for you guys? If you were going the other side, and who do you have at the 3:30 start today?
I believe it's 3:05.
3:05, 3:30, 3:15.
I tell you what, I
they changed the times around too much.
Well, 3:05, 6:35, I think today. I'm not sure, something like that.
6:40-ish.
6:40. Well, I tell you what, it should be a blast. I think it doesn't really change much for me with Adams and Nelson playing. I think they were going to score anyway, just because Rodgers is in a zone. He's zoning right now. And I think, I don't know. I think it's going to be like last team to have the ball wins the game. Atlanta's got a great offense. Everyone knows it. The dynamic running back combination, of Coleman and Devonta Freeman just making plays out there, really. Yeah. And Matty Ice dude's been good all year. Probably MVP, should be MVP in my opinion. And he got Julio, best receiver in the league. So, I want to say that Atlanta wins because I think they're a better team. But the way that Rodgers is playing, I just can't bet against the guy right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say 70-69 Green Bay on a missed extra point.
70-69.
And that's not that far-fetched because, I mean, look for a lot of Pintos to be
Oh,
scored
yeah.
today. I mean,
Well, I think
back
the
and
over-under
forth.
62, and
Yeah.
guess what? I'm still going, whoop.
Yeah, back
Whoop.
and I agree with you.
Back the truck up, whoop.
Back and forth. You know, like I said, I liked everything you said. I'm gonna lean towards the Falcons. It's tough to bet against that guy, but I feel like Matty Ice is the MVP this year, and you know, I think this is their year to get over the hump. You know, who knows if they can, you know, knock off the big bad wolf on the other side. But Rodgers is, you know, playing out of his mind right now. So, and you know, as we talked about last week, really, whatever weapon, you know, as long as you're wearing a Packer uniform, he'll find a way to stick it in your face mask. You know?
If those two didn't play, Geronimo Allison would have had a buck
Yeah,
60.
exactly. So he's doing some special things. So it's really hard to definitely take the 6 people. But you know, I think I'm going to lean towards the Falcons at home in a tight one, in an absolute shootout.
So you both going Falcons?
No, you went.
No, I
You
went
Packers. 70-69.
That's great.
I'm gonna stay with
That's
the
arena ball.
Packers.
That's arena ball stuff right there.
I'm gonna stay with the Packers.
Yeah, it is.
And you get Nelson and Nelson and Adams playing. I mean, it just it helps them regardless if they're 100% or not. It definitely is gonna help them out. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay Pack winning it outright, and obviously I'm easily taking the 4.5 there, regardless. You know, I'll take my chances of that being a close football game. You know, high scoring or not, you know, I'm going to stay with the under of it just because it's too easy to go over, and that's a lot of freaking points. So, you know, I'll stay under just because of the level of the game it is today. But still, I'm going to go Packers. I'm going to stay with them winning. I just think Rodgers is too much right now. You know, Falcons, yeah, Julio's a problem. You know, Green Bay secondary's terrible. But, you know, how do you bet against Rodgers right now? It's sort of tough, though. It really is tough
It's very
to go
tough.
against
It's
him.
very
He's been-
tough, too.
He's just that much in the zone. And when you guy
Yeah.
get, you know, and
Absolutely.
it comes to this time of year, it just becomes, you know, who do you trust more at the quarterback position? You know, obviously in the AFC, you're going to trust both of them a lot, and Ben and Brady. But in the NFC, not saying you don't have to trust Matt Ryan, but at my level of trust, you know, my trust at 10 for Rodgers and my trust level for Matty Ice, probably like a 7, just because he hasn't finished.
Yeah,
So until
I
you
mean,
finish, you know.
if you were ranking those 4, he would be he'd be 4th, but not this year in my eyes. But if, you know, the 3 guys are world champs, the other 3 guys are world champs, and you know, and probably all 3 are Hall of
Probably,
Famers. You know
probably
what I
the
mean?
best to ever do it as well.
Yeah,
One of them.
yeah, absolutely. And Rodgers, you know, we know what he can do. So, and Ben's got rings and his toughness and stuff. So, you know, Julio's 1-2 tap away from, you know, leaving this game as well. You know, he left, you know, last week's game too. So you just never know. But
Yeah, he's
I
been
really
banged
do
up.
like
He
those
makes
running
plays,
backs.
though.
Yeah, he does. He finds a way. And
I like Coleman and Devonta. I really
I
do a
really
lot.
do.
I think that might be, if they win, that might be why, is the use of the running backs.
absolutely.
And they're at home and they play. I mean, listen, I know you're talking about unders, Tommy. But 62, I think, is the highest over-under ever in championship game history, which, guess what? I still think it's not enough because they scored 38 a game at home. And if you think that Rodgers ain't coming out and slinging, then you're crazy.
That's what I'm saying. They got it. They put the high number up for a reason, as high as they can.
I think it goes over
Yeah.
70.
I mean, you see those college ones. When you see those arcade college ones at like
Yeah.
80,
88,
89.
you're like, 88, you're like, load up. People that don't bet are like, oh, you take the under. No. When it's 88, you load up. Load up.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So,
Speaking
see,
of
but
being like
I
a true
think it's
degenerate, you load up.
yeah, it's going to be a great one. It's going to be should be a shootout. and
Yeah,
hopefully it's
I
everything,
actually
you know.
wish that game was second because I feel like that's going to be the better game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Championship Sunday.
Great day, and it should be, you know, real, you know, a special one.
No selfie.
Are we selfieing?
I was actually wondering why our video wasn't on the page. So,
It's tough to double dip, host, and do the Facebook Live. Maybe I should be doing more.
you know, one guy. Yeah, I was just curious. I don't know why it wasn't up there. It said we were live going, and there was no video. So we'll redo it again. No big deal. But let's keep on going. Yeah, I mean, listen, I love Freeman. I love their running game. You know, they've done a great job of not being one-dimensional, the Falcons, and I think that's what made them even more dangerous because they were always dangerous in the passing game. You knew that when you talk about the Falcons. But now having 2 backs that can do pretty much the same thing when we talked about now on third downs, you can't really – you know, one guy comes in, one guy, they do the same thing, so you can't assume pass.
Both good runners, both good
stuff
pass
like that.
catchers.
So, you know, that's what I like about it in terms of the Falcons. But, you know, the Packers and Montgomery, they've done a good job running the football as well, too. So, Listen, this is the two best teams in the NFC matching up right now, the two hottest teams. You could use that. And, again, I just can't bet against Rodgers. Looking at some key matchups defensively, can the Packers stop the run? That's what they have to do. I mean, they're not going to stop the pass well. So can the Packers stop the run and get long second and third down situations for themselves and make their lives a little easier? That's my take on what the Packers need to do defensively to stay in this football game. What do you guys think they need to do defensively to stay in this football game? Obviously, controlling Julio is a big part of it too. But
I think they need to stop the run because I think Julio's going to get his, whatever Matt's going to throw. If they stop the run and they make it so that they have to throw, then, okay, maybe they can, get them in long third down situations where you got a better chance to get off the field, in my opinion. I think that's their only – if Coleman and Freeman run really well, Atlanta's going to win this game.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with you there, Wells. If they run the ball and they get themselves in
and they keep
third and
off
short,
the field,
play action time and stuff like that, where they can draw some guys up. Yeah, I mean they're dangerous, man. There's a reason they're there. And if you're looking
number one offense in the league,
if you're looking at defensively, they're better defensively than Green Bay is too.
Yeah,
but,
I would say that.
But all that being said, how do I go against Rodgers?
Yeah,
that's the tough part. And now, listen, greats are made to greats are going to lose at times, and other guys are going to come out and put their stamp on their history, and maybe this is where Matt Ryan does, because numbers-wise, you can say right now this guy got easy chance Hall of Fame numbers in terms of his numbers at the quarterback position. Forget no rings and all that, but just numbers. You get that one ring,
you're in.
That gets you the jacket, right, boys? That one ring, because of his numbers, gets you the jacket.
People look at it, you know what it did for Eli.
Yeah. Freaking crumb.
So
two spot.
So you know what it does for him. But, no, absolutely. I mean, like you said, I think the key thing you said was getting off the field. Bending and not breaking, getting off the field. Because last week against the Cowboys, they built up that 21-3 lead. And the Cowboys still ran for $140. So you could say last week they didn't really stop the run either. Now, we understand what the Cowboys bring to the table with that offensive line and their run game. So, to give up 140, I guess you'd be happy to get out of Dallas doing that. But they showed that you could you could still win a shootout. 34-31, and giving up, so not stopping the run. It's key times getting off the field and holding them to field goals. If they hold Atlanta to some field goals, then they're able to, and Rodgers able to do his thing. That's how you build that lead, and then you just hang on from there, That's basically what they did last week.
Yeah.
Just hung on.
They held on for dear life,
for him to make a play, They were he was hanging on the ledge, and then he was like, all right, I'll finish this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Rodgers, if you leave him in it, if Atlanta leaves him in it and they, he gets the ball last, just like it went last week. I think this game is very similar to Cowboys-Packers last week.
So you think Packers going to get up big?
Not say get up big. I think it's going to be close throughout, but I just think whoever has the ball last is going to walk away with this one again.
I just said that.
And that's what I'm saying. I agree.
Totally agree.
It's the same game. It's the same setup.
I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of defense played in this game. It's going to be a whole lot of scoring.
Well, that's why I want to ask you guys a question. Now, you're talking, championship weekend, okay? Do you think you get a little bit better defensive efforts out of these guys? I
don't think the effort matters. Both teams are so good on the offensive side of the ball that
it's true.
There's not really much you can do.
The NFL has changed.
What can you do?
The Falcons' defense is pretty good.
You
just got to hope that maybe you can get some pressure.
Yeah.
If you can get pressure, then you can always disrupt.
Yeah.
So that's your goal. That's your whole goal. Stop the run and get pressure. Make them one-dimensional, and then you're hoping hey, maybe he won't shred us. And that goes for either quarterback.
And for the last how many weeks it was, the offensive line for the Packers has been fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah, really good.
He's been untouched, and we know how his poise in the pocket.
Yeah.
It feels like he has 15 seconds back there.
He just keeps changing his feet.
And that's why he can. That's why he can use anybody. Like we always kid around, we can suit up and we can catch 100 because he's got 15 seconds back there. You're bound,
I'd go for a
bound to get open.
touch today.
Yeah, you're bound to get
how
open.
good is a guy? How good is a guy who goes in the sandbox before a play and says, you know what, hey, Randall, you're going to do this, right? Cook, I'm going to have you do this, right? And we're just going to draw it up in the sand and go play some football, right? I mean, that's greatness, man. That's another level of type shit. I mean, there's great players and there's sandbox guys who can go draw it up. Like, I go draw up playing the sand, I'm probably going to forget what two of the receivers are doing. You know what I mean? You know how it is, to remember all that.
That's why you're on the couch.
But no shit, genius. But I'm also not Aaron Rodgers.
And you have no arm.
That just shows his greatness, though. My point is that just shows your greatness when you can draw it up
Yeah.
and it works.
No, I
and
agree.
it works
It
because
just-
you can
Are we
move-
sure that exactly happened? I
That's
know
what
they
I'm saying.
say it
I know
happened.
they're
just gonna
saying
say-
it,
I know
but-
they say it
Yeah,
happened.
conspiracy.
No, but I was going to say exactly what Wilson was saying. Like, when you're a legend, it seems that stories continue to grow. They're like snowballs. They continue to, they just pick up steam and they get bigger and bigger. And then
It started over here.
5 years from now, it's
he
going to
told
be like,
Jared Cook maybe just running out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
He gets the other side. He's like, he told everybody to just do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Run around crazy. He's going Tasmanian devil into it.
yeah, 10 years from now, it's just going to get crazier and crazier.
Yeah, the story. Yeah. He had one arm.
Yeah.
His other arm was dislocated.
Well, no, his ball popped out.
His ball sack popped
His
out,
nut
yeah.
popped out, and then he was scrambling around.
Broke
Put his hand down. In the
Broke
dirt.
4 tackles.
yeah.
Olivia rubbed it on the sideline pre-play. I mean, the list will just go on how this will get fabricated, over the length of time. But, yeah, it's just
Pointed
funny.
up to Jerry before he threw it.
Yeah.
Dude, just to be able to move to your left like that and throw a flat-out seed 25, 30 yards down the field, his arm strength and his release
You're
are just
rolling.
something
You're
special.
rolling
Just
opposite
something
arm.
special.
You're rolling opposite arm because obviously it's easier to throw rolling right as a
Yup,
righty.
yup.
So you're rolling opposite
You gotta
arm.
re-square
and
the
to be able
shoulders.
to, he didn't even set his feet really. He just threw an absolute pellet on the sideline to Cook. Obviously, great catch by Cook.
I was just gonna
but
say.
it was a great catch, but the ball was right where it
Oh,
has
yeah,
to be.
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
30-yard
the
pellet.
throw. Yeah, the throw is an absolute dime. I mean, you can hang your clothes on it, but a tremendous job by Cook. I mean,
Oh, great
tremendous
catch.
Job by
He had a
Cook.
great. He had a really
Yeah,
good game.
He did.
Yeah,
He was an X factor.
really good game.
Well, I mean, listen, guys like that, guys like Jared Cook.
I see him having a good
and
game
just
again.
guys, right? Just
that's
guys.
what
When you get to play with Rodgers, that's where you.
I don't think Jared Cook's just a guy. I think he's a good player.
good player, but
Good pass catching tight end. in this
Listen,
league.
everybody
he got
on the
lost. He got
Packers-
lost in St. Louis.
Every
Yeah.
playmaker on the Green Bay Packers
Bradford.
is benefited from
Oh, no shit.
from extended plays with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? You can add an extra 10 catches to each one of their stats at the end of the year. Guaranteed. That's just a minimum. You can probably add 10 catches to each one of them skill position players at the end of the year just because of Rodgers moving in the pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it at least 5-6 times a game where play breaks down and it's just him doing what you guys talked about. Feet moving, boom,
Yes.
boom, boom. I never seen a guy who can look left, look right, look middle so quick and,
Yes.
and then throw something
And as soon,
on,
as,
throw
soon
a
as he
ball
sees
on
it,
a
it's
line.
pew. As soon as he sees it,
Yeah,
pew.
I mean,
Pew, pew, pew.
the best corners in this league can't cover a guy for 10 seconds.
No,
You know
no
what I
one
mean?
can.
So
Nobody
no one
can.
can.
The
Well-
offensive guy knows where he's going, so it's hard enough as it is. Then the guy breaks down, he's scrambling, he's trying to make something. Now you're chasing this guy around.
Well, I saw a stat that said I think Rodgers has 276 yards passing outside the pocket in the postseason so far. And
That's
the rest of the quarterbacks in the postseason have 200.
Jeez.
So hey, yeah, no,
No, that's all.
Yeah, he's just
okay.
great. He
He's
just
okay.
great, yeah.
That's just greatness.
he's decent.
That's just greatness. But yeah, I mean, if you
I think he's gonna make it.
If you just tuned in, on Facebook Live, disagree, HUDRadio.com. We're live from the BMW Atlantic City studios.
Happy to have you.
We're right here, Mount from New Jersey, BMW Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online, BMWAtlanticCity.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. The bad boys of sports talk, and it's the worldwide leader of real mother talk. HUDRadio.com. We're doing
Don't censor
We're
yourself.
doing NFC, AFC championship game previews here on Agree to Disagree, and obviously it's NFL championship weekend, so we're diving into it. We're going to let you know who's going to Super Bowl 51. We'll even let you know who's going to win Super Bowl 51. We'll talk as it moves on.
In 2 weeks.
Like we said, a little bit about the alarm going off last night. Talk about Nelson, Adams. We talked about them playing this weekend as well today, and then we'll get into some Sixers, some NBA talk. We have some time for some college hoops, 5 questions with the Pove as well, and hopefully some Phillies conversation as we move forward here. It's Bad Boys of Sports Talk. Agree, disagree. So we're going to keep rocking. You got any questions? Chime in. We'll answer them here for you live on air. That's what we do. We're men of the people. At least that's what they say to us. So
We're
go.
like Trump. We're giving it back to the people. I love how he
they might shut the video down.
I love how he
now. They might
paraphrased
shut the video
the
down.
Bane speech from Dark Knight.
I could see it's being shut
You
down
know
now
what
just for saying Trump. Some millennials might have an issue with it.
We don't like millennials anyway. We don't want you watching. Turn it off.
So moving on, let's go to the night game.
I'm not even fucking around.
All right, I don't mind your style. Let's go to the night game. Steelers, Pats. And my opinion on it, before this, now the alarm goes off 3 a.m. in the Steelers hotel. Was it Bill?
Definitely a Pats fan. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he was probably up for sure, watching film or whatever. So if he threw his janitor,
Being a savage.
he's got a spare.
He had a cut-off hoodie
he's
somewhere.
He's got a spare janitor suit with no sleeves on it somewhere that he might have threw on. You know what I mean? But that's hilarious. Dude, the guy got arrested too. So I mean, if you're watching out there, you dope. I mean, how do you get caught? If you're gonna do it, you got to have an escape plan, my friend.
Corey Atkins chiming in. Steelers are hungry. He says Pitt will win by 7. So, what do you think about that, boys?
I think that Corey's wishing on a prayer there. I don't see. I'll tell you what. I think the Steelers are good, and the Steelers they could be hungry. But guess what? The Pats coming off a poor effort. Now they won by 18. Okay, but they didn't play well against Houston. Tom specifically did not play well. He threw the ball bad. He threw 2 interceptions. He only had 2 interceptions the entire regular season. He threw 2 in the playoff game last week. I expect them to come out pumped up, fired up, and Tom to have a really good game. And guess what? That spells big trouble for Pittsburgh.
I agree.
Big trouble in the Steel City.
I don't see any way about it unless the Steelers are able to take a page from the Texans and get that pressure
Get up in his kitchen,
get that pressure up in the middle, and see what happens there. We know what they bring to the table offensively, they're a tough football team. Le'Veon Bell is tremendous.
I think he's the key. I think he's the key to the game. If Le'Veon can run and they can keep Tom on the sideline, Steelers got a shot.
Yeah, limit his opportunities. Win the time of possession game. And obviously score touchdowns this week.
You have to score touchdowns.
Six field goals ain't gonna do it. Field goals ain't gonna do it.
Kicking field goals against New England sends you home with an L.
Yeah. So field goals ain't gonna do it, Steeler fans. And we know Tomlin likes to go for 2, so you might have to mix in a few of those puppies too.
Yeah, Jarrell, I'm awake, Jarrell. Dre asked him if I'm awake right now, and he said Pats win by 2 TDs. I'm right there with you.
I think it might be
this
more.
is a roll job by the Pats.
Roll job.
I just don't listen. I don't see it, and I've argued with some Steelers fans about this. I do not see where Steelers fans think their defense. They think their defense is better than it is.
I know.
Okay, that's an okay defense. That's not a special defense. And as you move up here, now you got Tom.
First of all, I don't think they're even good.
Like you said, Wills, he said after the game, Houston did a real good job on me. And I think a lot had to do with, 1, Houston has a really good defense. 2, there's 28 freaking coordinators on that staff that were former New England coordinators that have a little idea what they do, and that helps. Now, obviously, he's not going to help you to win the game because you're not good enough to win it, but you can see Tom after the game, he went to the owner. He goes, listen, they're really tough. He went to Robert Kraft. They're a real tough football team. They played me really tough. So I think
he didn't have a good game.
To your point,
if you watch the game, he
Tom
did not play well.
Tom don't have 2 bad weeks in a row.
No.
Similar to myself. Never have 2 bad weeks in a row.
Especially in the playoffs.
And I think Tom slings it.
Similar to himself, he said.
That's
a lot.
Without the Uggs.
He snuck that in there.
Without the Uggs.
He snuck it in there. But that's the thing. I mean, it's.
I'm a sneaky son of a bitch. What do you want me to tell you?
Listen, it's all about winning, so it's not about coulda, woulda, shoulda. But they're a BS call in my eyes away from that game still being played in overtime. You know what I mean? Like you don't make that call in that situation unless Harrison's head fell off, and I thought it was a BS holding call on the 2-point conversion. But that being said, it's when the Patriots can smell it. They're deadly. They're deadly, and we know how good they are anyway.
I mean, Bill's going to have them prepared. You know that.
Yeah. I mean, and they're when you can smell that they can smell that Super Bowl a Super Bowl game at home. Forget it.
How do you make this statement, Fran J. champion? Right, you're crazy. Pats lose a tight one. Champ in the house. Listen, love to have you, friend, but I don't know where you're getting. We're crazy. We're we're nuts. We're taking the Pats.
Champs that are in the house because the champs that are in the house
nuts.
that they're in is the Pats. So I don't know what you're talking about.
There's something wrong with us because we think the Pats win and win it easy. Listen, I get it. The Steelers have Big Ben on the other side. I understand.
In a boot, hobbling around.
All right, but
it's gonna be a rough day, Ben. He might have to get himself in a bathroom with a female afterwards.
It comes down. It's this simple,
his
right?
head.
Whose defense do you trust more, New England or Pittsburgh?
I don't even care about the defense. I'm telling you, Tom's gonna come out and sling.
I understand that, but whose defense?
Pittsburgh hasn't scored a touchdown in over a game.
Wills, listen. Whose defense do you trust more? Just answer the question. Whose defense do you trust more?
New England's, obviously. What the fuck?
Whose defense do you trust more?
New England.
Rob, just yell over. Whose defense do you trust more?
Patriots.
There you go. So, what quarterback? And I love Ben. And women in closed stalls don't, but I do love Ben, okay? Even maybe in a closed stall. But at the end of the day, who do you trust more?
It's a glory hole guy. We all know this.
Tom, big fan of glory hole. Love my glory hole. Time to get some glory hole back.
He's like Jerry.
He's still waiting for
But
it.
who do you trust?
He's still waiting on the other side. Jerry's still waiting on the other side for it to come through.
Who do you trust? But who do you trust more now at the quarterback position? And this is how you're going to break these things down. I love Ben. I trust Tom Moore. I'm sorry. I trust Tom Moore.
Well, he's the best ever.
Now, my favorite coach in all football is Mike Tomlin. But you're going to ask me what coach I trust more? Listen,
best ever.
I'm going to go goat up. And I understand that.
Now Le'Veon's a better running back.
Yes. Now you
I
say
think
that,
that's your
but
one. If you're a
there you
Pittsburgh
go.
fan, you need to hang your hat on. Le'Veon needs to have a big day, and he's been having big days for about 2 months.
170
so
170 for fun.
you need about 175 and 2
For
from
funsies?
Le'Veon, and you win the game. 175 and 2,
funsies?
you win the game.
Yeah, and another 70, 80 out of the backfield too. I think you're looking at. Is that what you're talking about? Running? Or
175 rushing
Yeah.
and 2 touchdowns.
I got you. Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I would add another 60, 70 on the
Sean
out
Hayes.
of the backfield, receiving out of that, just to.
Sean Hayes chiming in. Love the show. Appreciate Sean.
Oh, we want to say. I just want to give a shout out to Champ. Champ's a good dude. So
Nah, we
appreciate you
listen,
chiming in. Appreciate you chiming in.
Chime in
Champ.
all day.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with it. You,
We
listen,
might rip you.
Yeah,
we still like
absolutely.
you. We like you. We
and
just
guess
rip.
what? Hold the
I
telephone.
rip Tom all the time. I like him, but
At
I
11,
rip it.
at 11 o'clock tonight, you could be puffing your chest and come right back to this chat and say, hey, I told you so. Or we could be doing the same thing to you.
You
This is
can
what it's
Facebook
about.
Live us if
This
you
is what
want.
it's about. You can tag us. Your own Facebook Live. Say hello to us. Let us know how right you are. Real simple. Hazy, thanks,
Wouldn't be
brother.
the first time we're wrong.
Yeah,
We try to,
absolutely.
We try to have a good time on here. I mean, it's what it's all freaking about. But
Exactly.
listen, I just don't. I love Tomlin. I like I said, I love Ben. I love Le'Veon. I love Antonio.
I don't
Brown.
like that you like the Patriots in this game. I thought for sure you were going to like Pittsburgh.
I've been saying it for a week. It's a roll
If
job.
you got one thing to hang your hat on, is that Tom's been picking losers for 3 months. So
Right,
you
yeah.
got that going for you. There,
Nah, my
Pittsburgh
brake
fans.
trucks have been on point.
Yeah, right.
My
brake truck's been on point.
Bro, who's the guy who spent the last 2 weeks on HTV
You were going nuts
radio?
about KC last
Shut
week.
the
How'd that
fuck
go?
up. Shut the fuck up. Who went the last
here we
2
go.
weeks saying one and done?
Dropping
You tell me who
F-bombs.
that guy was.
Dropping F-bombs.
Was
I've
that-
been saying it for 3 months. So
Oh,
congratulations.
here
You
we
jumped on
go.
the coattails, and you tried,
Always a
you tried
coattail.
riding it.
This is why you're a terrible locker room guy and you're a cancer.
I'm
right?
not a cancer.
You're not like you're not a stage 1 cancer. I mean, you're top notch. Chemo ain't gonna work. Ain't nothing working when you're in the house.
Is that
'Cause
right?
You're a freaking problem. That is a problem.
I just tell how I see
You're
it,
an
Tommy.
ass.
You
You're
know?
an asshole. I told you the Cowboy. What, Bobby C? He's back. I told you so. Cowboys roll.
Bobby, my man.
Hey,
Bobby boy.
Bobby.
Hey, we'll leave it alone, but appreciate
At
you
least
coming
you
back
came
in.
out of the closet. At least you brought your head out and settled
Trapped
up.
in the closet.
I respect that out of you, Bobby.
Absolutely.
I really do. Grown men come out of the closet like
That's it.
Caitlin. You know what I mean? They come storming
You're
out.
still a
They don't
roach,
stay in.
but you're out in the public. We like you.
Careful you don't get stepped on, but look both ways before you cross the street. But good to have you. Good to have you. Hope you had a good trip.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
Obviously-
Breaking news. John McFadden chiming in. He goes, we're talking football. Ventura for the Royals found dead after a car crash.
Who?
Oh my God.
Or Yordano or whatever?
Yep. Yeah. So, listen,
news.
condolences.
Yeah,
Condolences to
absolutely.
his family, man. That's freaking terrible. Wow. Thanks, Johnny, for letting us know about that. Yeah, so Ventura, pitcher for the Royals, obviously. Young kid, man. Found dead in a car crash. So, obviously, more details will
That sucks.
follow on that. But that's a
Over,
shame.
not around here or where he's from?
I don't know. I mean, Johnny, if you got any more info, you can drop the link in here to wherever you found it, too, brother.
Shout out to Ubi.
I got it up now.
Calm down, Ant. Okay? Good, I take the pats.
I got the info right here. He was killed in a traffic accident in the Dominican Republic,
Yeah.
per reports on Twitter. So,
Same thing with-
wait till this doesn't get debunked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's true, but if it is true,
That's what
he
the-
passed
that's-
away at the age of 25.
That's
and,
where Tavares died, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Absolute.
yeah, there's no official confirmation as of yet, and some are hoping that this is some sort of mistake because this would be the second young pitcher dying in less than a calendar year.
In an accident, too.
Yeah.
And, no reports of any foul play here in terms of, any drugs.
Yeah, and the
involved.
Big
So
O,
don't-
like you're
so
saying.
don't nobody jump
Big
to
Oscar. He
conclusions.
died over in the DR too, didn't
Yeah,
he?
Tavares. Yeah.
So listen, so I take I've been brink truck heavy and been right on a lot of brink trucks. So if you were mortgaging up with me,
Bro, I don't know.
if you were mortgaging up with me,
Roll the-
you've done well.
We'll have
It's
to roll the
amazing.
tape.
I don't know.
You've
Yeah.
done well.
We're-
Where's
check-
the paper?
check tape, check
Where's the
tape.
papers?
We have to roll the
Check
tape.
tape. Somebody check
We have to
tape.
roll the tape. He was on the chief train for a while.
Yeah, Obi gives. I've been cleaning up going against your picks.
Yeah, I know.
I'm here for the
We
people.
have.
I'm a man of the people. I mean, I continuously say it.
He's here
Listen,
for the people.
Obi's known me a long time. If you think I'm going to come on here and not go out on limbs, and I could easily go status quo by
So
the
now
book
he's
if
going
it's
on
easy
limbs.
pick.
Just 2 minutes ago, you were saying how you've been backing Brink trucks up.
Yeah.
Now you're going on
God.
limbs.
Was I not? Listen, I told you back the brink truck up on
He's
the
got
tab.
ballet shoes on.
Can
and
somebody?
He's on the
I need
limb.
somebody to stick up for me. I need somebody to come on here and stick up for me for once. Did Tom not say Packers heavy last week?
See,
I'm
you
sorry.
did.
Just
You also
like-
said Kansas City heavy, so you pushed. So you lost juice.
no, because I went heavy on Green Bay.
This is Tommy on the ledge, on the limb.
Crack. And if you're smart and you saw me hit Green Bay, you would have loaded up on them Steelers.
I also
Sunday.
do-
So
I
that's
also-
on you.
Because he's not hitting
That's-
both.
don't
You
put
know
that
he's
on
not
me.
hitting both.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
I also do
You
balloon
put that
animals.
evil on us.
I also do balloon animals in my spare time.
What's your number so people can call you? Brian M. Walker chiming in. What's up, boys?
Oh,
What's
Walk, what up,
Brian?
Walk?
Oh, anyway, we're having fun. Jarrell said, yeah, it is in the Dominican. So, but yeah, listen, I think this is an easy win. An easy win. Not easy, but I think this is an easy two-score game
Pats roll.
for the Patriots. Again,
Pats roll.
Game one. I think it's
34-17. Pats.
34-17. What is Jarrell? He had his 2 picks up here. Jarrell said 34-17 Pats, so he's right with
Whoa! Love where your head is.
38-24 Falcons, which I don't actually hate it. I think Packers win, but I do think if the Falcons win, it could very well be that. Right? Does the magic run out for the Packers this weekend? Does it run out for Rodgers?
I'll tell you what that
I
is.
don't think it does.
That's 62, and it's an over. Because I think it's at 61 and a hook.
I go under, which means go over.
It's not going under, dude.
Keep saying it, please.
What you saying under? It's too easy,
Hey,
babe.
very
It's too
quietly.
easy to go over. Because, obviously you expect them to both score a shit ton. I'm not an idiot. But I'm going to go where the money's not going. Because all the money's going over. And Vegas ain't in it to lose it. So, just a thought. Just a thought.
No, I agree with that.
Just a thought. They're not in it to lose it.
Food for thought.
Yeah, and Brian Daly chiming in. It's confirmed, unfortunately, all over MLB Network. So, Giovanni Ventura found dead in a car crash in the Dominican, I believe, this morning. So, again, thoughts and prayers to his family.
It's Giordano. Giovanni's Gallardo. It's a different guy.
Whatever. Don't, you're really going to take this into taking shots?
Yes, I am.
All right. You're just a freaking.
I don't care.
I despise. Like there's certain people that I just despise.
I don't care.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
I don't care one
Yeah.
bit. I'm not out here for you to like me. I want the fans to like me. I don't care
They
about you.
despise you too. Once they get
don't.
to know you
love
for a
me.
minute,
They love me.
Yeah, spend a Saturday night with a guy, you'll hate him. You'll hate him in the morning.
That's not true.
Yeah, you will.
I'm a great time on Saturday night. You won't like me on Monday night. Saturday night, I'm a great time.
Vesper saying to you, Wells, a Nintendo controller phone case. Come on, Wells. And I'm
No,
gonna.
come on, Vesp. Let's go, kid.
What up, dog
Remember when I
balls?
used to run you in friggin' Tecmo Super Bowl? Let's go.
Dog balls. What's up, buddy?
Ken Miskowicz, if I said that right. Miskowicz. See,
Love the phone cover.
You know what I
See,
mean? Like,
yeah.
the names are going to get tough here. Love the phone cover. Very Nintendo-like.
Oh,
Worst
Nintendo's
day,
great.
Bob Shirley, worst day in Vegas history last week. They will clean up today. I agree, Bobby. This is the week Vegas cleans up. They're not. Listen, that game's going to go under. Write it down, dude. Write it down. You got a little journal on you? Bring up your Nintendo
First
case.
off, I
Write it
think-
in there.
Why did they get killed last week?
Because probably everybody had the.
Bobby
Cowboys.
assumes everyone had the Cowboys.
Well, probably everybody did.
No, I think a lot of people had Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh got. Well, Pittsburgh won.
Yeah, no. Well, a
They
lot
covered.
That's what I'm saying. That hurts. That hurts.
Vegas.
That hurts Vegas.
Yeah,
if everyone
okay.
had Pittsburgh.
he
Yeah,
was
right,
saying,
Pittsburgh.
well, if everybody had the Packers, not if everybody had the Cowboys, they didn't cover.
Yeah. So,
And that was Vegas. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
okay, yeah, Red Packers.
I'm
Obviously,
thinking.
Bobby
Well,
C's got
guess
some
what? Then he's
information. He's not just talking
thinking
to
that he's thinking Atlanta, New England, then because you would think that everyone's got Green Bay and Pitt today because they're both getting a decent amount of points.
Yeah, both Sixers.
Yeah, 5 or 6, right? Yeah,
both
somewhere in that
6.
area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one was I think the Falcons 4.5. Did that go up?
It was 6.
6. I know the Pats Steelers are 6.
Yeah, it's definitely
So.
they're both right around there.
Now
So.
the 6 almost makes you. I mean, the 6 in the Steelers game almost steers you towards taking Pittsburgh.
The 6 makes me love the Pats more.
Does it make you love the Pats
Yeah.
more?
That's a Pats line. It shouldn't. I don't think it should be 6.
Yeah, playoff. This isn't playoff football. That's a lot of points, but I'll still.
Championship game, yeah.
Yeah, I'll still take the points just because I don't trust that defense one bit. But yeah, Ventura found that. I'm sorry about the first name butcher there that you have to nicely call out. Like anybody's going to pick it up. Nobody's going to pick it up. Nobody even
I
knows his
picked it
first
up.
name anyway, unless you're Googling it and spelling off of it. Relax.
Giordano. I'll spell it for you.
Giordano, okay? You happy, Giordano?
Yordano.
There you go.
Giordano.
You're just a fucking genius, aren't you?
I know,
You're
I
just
am.
full of useless knowledge.
Yep.
That you can spell his name right.
Very true. If I went
Congratulations.
on Sports
We're arguing
Jeopardy,
about a guy
I
who
would
died this morning because you're just that much of an asshole.
I am.
Yeah, that's,
I know.
that's
I
your
don't care.
problem. That's how much of a guy, how much I hate you, and that's going to draw the fans off from you too. Like the viewers are already dropping out of here.
Hey,
They're
fellas,
dropping out because you just keep talking.
Also,
I like when he speaks opposite. Like you missed that opportunity. Sorry, Pope.
No, don't worry,
Make an
it's-
opportunity. I thought he was going to say I'm full of use right there.
Oh.
Go ahead, Pope.
And now,
You missed a great opportunity.
so Pete, 1 second.
Yeah,
Bobby
sure,
Schroll,
no
did Dak impress you last week or what? Kids, the truth. No, he didn't because anybody can throw off a play action. What would I open receivers? Will you stop it? I'm still not sold. You would have won it with Romo. Get out of here. All right, Bobby. All right, watch him struggle.
I'll tell you
next
what,
year.
Dak's
He
a
did
solid
impress
player.
me.
Dak's a solid player.
He did play well, Bob.
He's a solid player.
He did play well. He really did. All jokes aside, he played well. Andrew, no, over in Atlanta. Jarrell saying both are 6 in terms of the lines.
Yeah.
And Pats dropped to 5.5 early this week, but went back up to 6. Vesper, Steelers and Green Bay in the bowl. Steelers and Green Bay outright. So you got to,
Oh.
but a lot of people different.
I like. I see. I kind of want.
different opinions here.
I could see. I think both games could be won by the away team, but I'm thinking that Green Bay is going to win, and I'm thinking that New England's going to win, and I really want to see Rodgers Brady. In
Yeah,
the
I think
bowl.
it'd be- I
I
think
think
that-
Rodgers
yeah.
Brady bowl. The NFL is licking its lips.
lost
We
it.
want a Rodgers Brady
They
bowl.
lost it. They're just-
Okay,
Goodell's just licking.
and you know that
Or-
he's probably
or
got calls
rematch.
down. He's probably got calls down to the
Look
officials.
at the 2 quarterbacks in
Or-
that bowl with their who they got at home.
Or they get a
their
pa-
eye candy
or
at
do you
home,
get a-
right?
or
Look
do
at
you-
that. Look at that eye candy at home, right?
Or do you get a Packers Steelers rematch? Rodgers is only Rodgers' only title against the Steelers.
Go ahead, Robbie. What'd you have?
A little addition to the story, too. It's also reported that former Indians prospect Andy Marte was also killed in the accident.
He was in
today.
the car with him.
I'm not sure if it was in it with them, but he would assume so. Unless they were playing chicken with each other, not to make light of
Anthony
it.
Marte
No.
died too today.
Yeah.
Sometimes they race. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
You saw that with
So
David
Marte.
Wesley and, all those-
Andy Marte. I don't know who he is.
It's Antti, right?
Andy,
Andy?
as in Andrew. Yeah, former Indians prospect, so I'm assuming that he might be out of baseball at this point. He's got a confirmation on Twitter of that.
All right.
Well, rough day in the DR.
Brian Daly said separate accidents. So, all right. So them guys weren't together. So had nothing to do with each other. But yeah, definitely. Tony, for some reason, chiming in on his ladies' Facebook. I guess did Facebook ban him? Was he deleted? This is Tony. You tried throwing in play action on Thanksgiving, didn't work.
He tried to get covered.
Look at you trying to
trying to
cover your tracks. All right, coming in back door. I see you. All right,
Button hooked him. He didn't think you were going to button hook him.
He's opening up false accounts so he takes shots at you.
Andrew asked if you smell like liquor. Listen, man, the things he smells like,
I'm gonna
liquor
say
would
that.
be.
I smell
liquor
like-
would be a
listen,
I
positive.
showered and brushed my
Liquor
teeth
would
this
be a
morning, so I'm
positive.
good.
Big Andy, good to have you. And no, I think the big fella,
Big fella's been up for a while.
he's all right.
Would you stop letting him off the hook all the time? I feel like you two are 2 peas in a pod.
First off, what do you want to talk about? Last week you were breathing nonsense into my face. I was dying over here.
I told you last week I didn't brush. I didn't.
Well,
think we were
let's
gonna
go.
sit
You
close.
all brush up.
I was rushing last week.
Who doesn't brush when they leave the house?
I didn't leave the freaking house.
You did. This is your garage. You
I
left the
walked
house.
down
You
the
went down to the
stairs.
garage.
Boom.
I slept right here.
Did you make sure there was TP in this bathroom, please?
Yeah. Just for that. Just for Gil. Just for Gil on Ames, who asks me every fucking morning. You got toilet paper in there? Bro, shit at your own house. Really. Shit at your own house. I don't even like shitting in like a public bathroom. If I ain't shitting at home, I don't. Listen, I'm pinching. You understand? Like if I ain't shitting at home, I'm clenching them. Just wanted to confirm the clench. You understand? Who shits that much at somebody else's house where you're using that much toilet paper? I'm going to have to raise the money here.
Not sure.
Don't shit where you eat.
Oh, my God.
I've
Very
never
proud.
even gone up the steps. So
You've been in my house plenty of times. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
But
I'm
in
saying
terms
I
of
haven't
shows,
shit while we've had a show. That's all I'm saying.
Ryan Swiss, Steelers for the W.
A lot of people on the pit. A lot of people on pit today. A lot of people on pit.
Sean A. saying he agrees Roger and Brady would be great. He goes, although Big Ben and Matt Ryan are very talented.
Oh yeah, extremely
Just-
good.
yeah,
I mean,
I think it's
it's probably the
Lucas
4
Foster.
best quarterbacks in the league left, and that's what it tells you. Guess what? You need the quarterback. 4 best in the league left, in my opinion.
Bill Casey, grow up. we're not going live for Royal Rumble next Sunday. This is grown men talk. Okay, Barstool can have
okay with that.
Barstool can have
Bill, we
Saturday.
can go Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
I'm all right
but-
with it. Tom just doesn't like it.
Let him
Listen,
go.
listen. This is for men. Okay, Barstool has Saturdays are for the boys. Agree, disagree, and HUD Radio. It's for the men. Okay, we don't lower ourselves to the boys.
Speaking of men,
we want men here.
There's some
And
men.
men don't watch
There's
Royal
some
Rumble.
men in that Royal Rumble. I'm going to tell you that.
No,
right
there's
now.
men in the Royal Rumble, but men
All right?
don't watch Royal Rumble.
Undertaker,
I'm sorry.
Braun
I'm sorry.
Strowman.
Grown men who watch wrestling turn me off.
Brock
It just
Lesnar,
it turns me off.
Goldberg.
Turns me off.
It's always good when you play the drinking
Goldberg's
game,
back.
You watch wrestling still?
No.
Thank you.
But
Okay.
I
watch
might watch
Okay.
Royal Rumble.
And I'm not trying to turn you on.
Are you watching it? Are you watching it? Are you watching it like because B's watching it? Or are you watching it just because
She's
you always
20
watch?
months old. No,
it doesn't matter.
She's not
It's
watching
Mickey
it.
Mouse Clubhouse
You
all
throw
day.
the kid in front of it. Listen, when I was young,
He's
I
watching
got thrown in
because
front.
it's entertainment,
That's it.
Tommy.
It's not entertainment. It's
It
garbage.
is.
It's garbage. It's hot garbage.
You're terrible.
You're a problem.
You're a
Pope,
terrible
tell this
person.
guy he's a problem.
He's an absolute problem. We all know it.
Yeah, you're a problem because Ryan Dennis chiming in. You know Ryan Dennis, right?
Well, where?
You're a fraud. All right, because you rooted for the Cowboys last week. You cheered on the Cowboys last
I
week.
picked the Cowboys last week on the show.
You're a fraud, and you rooted.
It's not a fraud move. I went with my head, not my heart. I should have went with the Packers. Clearly, because I was wrong.
I don't think he wasn't rooting. He just.
Because
I was
ask you seriously.
I was at the bar with Ryan Dennis, and I was
okay.
rooting. So
I
yes, he's
apologize.
right. I was. So
My
I
fault.
wanted to. I put money on them, and I took them in the show. I'm trying to look right.
FYI.
I apologize, Ryan. I thought you were just
FY,
talking about his pick.
90% of the guys that I see
Did not know he had pom poms out.
90% of the guys.
It wasn't that much. It wasn't that
Yeah, he had
much. All right.
pom-poms out. He
It
had
wasn't
pom-poms
that
out.
much.
'Cause he's an ass clown. That's why he had pom poms out.
my God.
Real quick. So back to the Royal Rumble
Had to
with
be
you for a
Scott Old.
second. I
Had to
see
be
a
for
lot
Scott
of
Old.
guys. I see a lot of guys. You know, Facebook Live, wherever,
Guys trying to
and they got
live.
freaking towers on their lap watching wrestling. So that's why I was asking you: is it something you always watched?
Yes.
Okay, that's all the question was.
Good question.
No, it was just I want to know if you always watch it, or if it was more because because he knows kids.
'Cause it's
He
entertainment.
knows his kid's gonna like it growing up, or he wants his kid to watch it growing up. Because I see a lot of people throw their
Why
kids
would you
on the
want to
lap.
watch wrestling?
Because a lot of kids do. A lot of kids like it.
Yeah,
It's
boys.
entertainment, you said.
Boys.
It's
You got
fucking
a son.
entertainment. No, it doesn't
You got a
matter.
son.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think he wants to be showing his daughter a bunch of shirtless guys running around.
You guys are just clueless
Jesus
about
Christ,
each
what are
other.
you doing,
What
Tom?
are you doing? Because no matter what I would have said there, you would have tried chiming in and becoming a hero over there.
Well, that's
All
what I
stay on
do.
your side of the couch.
That's what I do.
Stay on your side of the fucking couch.
Why don't you get off my leg then, weirdo?
Well, move over then. I told you to move the hell over. You don't listen to nobody. Jesus Christ. I don't even know why I'm talking fucking Royal Rumble. Thanks, Bill. All right?
Bill, I'll talk Royal Rumble with you.
Plug it.
You buy the Royal Rumble, I'll come over. We'll Facebook Live
I was just gonna say.
because I'm not buying it.
No.
No
Bill,
chance.
I honestly, we can go live to it. I'm not going to know what to talk about. Honestly. I'm not going to know what to say. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that looked real.
Belly to back suplex.
Yeah.
You're not even invited, so just change
yeah.
the subject. You're not invited.
You're not invited.
I don't want to be invited anyway. All right?
You're out.
If
That's
you guys
it.
send me an invitation, I would rip it up and throw it out.
That's not true.
What are you
act like I
going
never got it.
to watch the Pro Bowl?
You be there with bells
Listen,
on.
grown-ups, I'd rather watch a real sport than something fake.
You
So,
be there
The
with
Pro
bells
Bowl's
on.
not a real sport.
And
So
you
football's
would-
not a real sport.
No, the Pro
You're
Bowl.
an idiot, dude.
The
I don't like the Pro
Bowl's-
Bowl at all.
The Pro
dude.
Bowl's not a real
Don't
sport.
try to spin this like I like the Pro Bowl. I don't like the Pro Bowl. You asked me
Big
what I would watch.
Big Pro Bowl guy.
Yeah, big Pro Bowl guy. Yep. Big fan of the game that means nothing. I literally. There could be fun. You want Royal Rumble? You might get it right here this morning. It might not have to wait till
Bad move.
next Sunday night. Clown.
Bad decision.
No, Jarrell, me don't like Ric Flair.
I love Ric Flair.
Did you see that video?
Woo!
The Falcons video? The Nature Boy.
So, woo! I'm not living. I will punch
He
you right
chopped
now.
him. Oh, no, that was so authentic, people. Oh, the chop was real. The chop heard around the world was real.
He's off his game now. We got to pick it up.
There's no game being
But
off
so-
ever. I don't.
Just
I
to
don't rattle.
recap for everyone that's just joining us. I took Green Bay 70-69 on a missed extra point, and I got New England 34-17. Tommy's got Green Bay. What would your score?
34-28.
34-28 Green Bay. That puts it over, by the way.
No, okay. 34-24. That under?
34-24 Green Bay, and you have New England by 2 touches, is that what you said?
2 scores.
2 scores. Sweeps?
Falcons 35-31 in an absolute shootout. And The Pats a little closer than you guys think. Probably like 10 though. Something like 30-20.
30-20-ish. 30-20
I was
Pats.
thinking 31-21.
Okay.
So I'm right around these sweeps on that one. Yeah, I think when you talk about Pack Atlanta, yeah, I'll go if that make it under 34-24.
Yeah.
Yeah, under. Good. There you go.
58.
Done. Under.
And done.
Back to break up. Bill Casey said you guys are all invited. He has a network. You guys are both invited. I'm a fraud. I'm not allowed there.
Looking
Good.
for a lot of dirty
Thank
bird.
God.
Looking
God.
for a lot of dirty bird
Thank
today,
God.
boys.
Would have been real sad sending that invite back. Would have been real
Dirty
tough.
bird.
I do think I think both games come down to running. I think if Atlanta runs the ball really well, they're going to beat Green Bay, keep Rodgers off the field. And if Le'Veon runs the ball really well, that's the chance for Pittsburgh to win, in my opinion.
Jarrell wants to know why do I think under? Because when it's too easy,
Drew, why would you even
it's
bother?
under.
Why would you bother?
Because the whole world, this is so easy for the whole world.
Why is it so easy? It's the highest point spread ever
Exactly.
in championship game history.
And everybody's going
I think
over.
a lot of people are going to go under, and they're wrong.
Jarrell, must you try to pick the brain of this guy? They're going to study it when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So cobwebs and weed. You want to know what's in there?
They're gonna
Cobwebs and smokable plants.
He's trying to cure CTE. All right, so they're going to study it when it's all said and done. He's got the cure, and just leave it at that.
A lot of empty space.
The nails, man.
No, both offenses are great, and both defenses aren't. I get all that, and that's why Vegas put the line so high, and that's why everybody's taking the over. So I'm going to go the opposite side of it. I don't think Vegas is going to get beat up that bad. I think it's going to go under. And 34-24 is a lot of freaking points, boys.
There's a lot of
You know what I
points,
mean?
yeah.
Like, guys are acting like 34-24 is not a lot. That's a lot of points.
Yes,
It's
it is.
under, though. Even if it's 2 points under. Still under. Still under. Listen, this is brought to you right now, this conversation by the Sports Outlet located in Glendora, New Jersey. Find them on the web, sportsoutletinc.com. If you're just joining us, our poll question, like we're talking about right now. Listen, who's winning NFL Championship weekend? Who do you got? Packers, Falcons, Steelers, Patriots. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us. If you're listening to us live on YouTube, you can hop over to Facebook Live, HUDradio.com. Find us there live if you want to see our faces. If you don't, you can stay right there in the audio and soak that in as well, because there is some faces, and I'm not here to point fingers, that you might not want to see. So here we are.
Swipe left.
That's all he does. All he does. Swipe left. Swipe left. Oh, that's great. So, what we get into a little 6, a little 10-9-8.
Yeah, we can go a little 10-9-8. Real quick, Keith Joseph, last thing we'll go here in terms of football-wise. Keith Joseph, Green Bay versus Atlanta is going to be about the QBs and passing. Matt Ryan is going to pick that, I guess, the defensive secondary apart. So
What's up, Carm? Thanks for chiming in.
that's fine. I think they do. But I think
Absolutely.
that's both sides.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, Rodgers is on a roll, on
Yeah.
a tear. Guys on a tear.
Rodgers is on a roll, but, again,
Matty Ryan's been
they both have.
probably the best quarterback of the season. So
They both have. So could
I just
somebody –
that's why I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a lot.
Yeah.
70-69.
I just want to. I love to see Matty.
I don't think it's actually going to be 70-69.
I love to see Matty Ice finish it, put the stamp on his MVP season, and we'll see what happens.
Sean Moss, Julio Jones goes off today. Dez had a field day last week. So, yeah, Julio's going to go off. I mean, Julio's going to get his. I mean, there's no question in that. I see –
I think in 4
I
career
think Matt
games-
Ryan turns the football over today, and that's why they lose this football game. I think it's Matt Ryan mistakes today. That
Couple
cost them.
ha-has.
Maybe a ha-ha pick. Love ha-ha. Haven't missed a D-back in 10 years either. So when the combine comes around, the NFL draft, I got you covered.
And there he goes, old pufferfish himself.
There he is.
Well, listen, all I do is get
Love
crushed, and I
him.
don't know enough. So
Love
when I
him.
do get stuff right, I'm going to puff heavy. Real heavy because of who I work with.
Love him.
Not pointing fingers.
Loves him some him.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
on that, mister, would you?
I love me some me. Like bigger than T.O. I love me some me. Really.
Atlanta.
Get your popcorn ready. Hey, Len.
Atlanta.
And Len loves her some me as well. Right, babe? There she is.
Unfortunately.
She
There
should
she is, the one. She's running out of here now after that comment. Sprinting.
So on to the Sixers. No, but I mean, as much as we've been puffing about Embiid, you got to keep it that way when you look at the fact that the dude doesn't play last night and we were up 110 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a proof in the
110
pudding.
points.
Proof's in the pudding there.
Just ridiculous. Ridiculously good.
Yeah, it's like I said, we were hoping last night they might take you know how hard it was going to be, but you're just hoping they're so hot and they're ready to take that next step. And, a night when he's off, you're like, maybe, you keep it close and you find, that magic that they've been having, But with him, we talked about it. With him in the lineup, they can beat anybody. We're not saying that they're ready to, dethrone LeBron yet. We know that. We're not absolutely knuckleheads about it. But they can play with anybody. We saw what they did in Toronto when he plays, and they're supposed to be the second best team in the East. So, like you said, you said a couple weeks ago, if they snuck into that 8 spot, Cleveland won't be happy about it.
No, not at all.
If Simmons comes back,
absolutely
and
not.
He's who he's,
and
who we think
figure
he is.
Embiid would play every game in the playoffs. He has to. You're not going to be sitting him out games in the playoffs. And he's the dude. I mean, he's probably when he's on the court, we're the second best defensive team if you look at the numbers. So the dude's incredible. He might be better defensively than he is offensively, and he scored 20 points in 9 of the last 10 or 10 of the last 11. So.
He just changed.
He's awesome.
He just
He's
changed
a superstar.
everything. Yeah, he changed everything about the team.
Well, that's the word right there.
He rallies
He's a superstar.
everybody.
There's the word right there.
Yeah, that's what superstars do. They make everybody around them better.
Greatness makes everything around them better, and you see it. Like
The
Robert
confidence.
Covington.
They all have confidence.
A guy like Robert Covington, he struggled. He's a guy, but
hate Covington.
I hate Covington too. But you see a guy who starts to find his own confidence, and why does he find his confidence? Because Embiid's confidence. That confidence passes down. Now, last night they hung in that game probably better than they should have last night without him, because you see guys like gaining confidence from playing with him. Listen, Okafor needs to go. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm done with that experiment. I hate to say, Noel's a guy who's going to have to stay here and play with.
Oh
Embiid.
yeah, I agree
so
with
I think that's decided. It's what Colangelo decides to do with it moving forward. But that's got to get done ASAP. But the guy's special. And we talked about it last week on last week's show. Compare him now and Iverson and the impact that he's had just on the basketball in this city again. And listen, man, when the guy's on the court, he's a game changer. And, we talked about it that, we got lucky because it was winless for Wiggins. And not that we got lucky. I mean, Wiggins is still special in my eyes. Yeah. But two guards sign shoe deals, big men win championships, unless you're this guy. And I'll keep going back to him. That's the guy who's the only guy who's won championships without having a big man at some point of his career. A legit big man.
Okay.
We're going to argue that?
No, I'll give you that.
You can't argue that one.
I'll give you that.
You're going to try to give me Kobe? I'm going to run you off the big Aristotle, the big cactus, and the whole nine.
He won without him, too.
No, he still had Bynum.
Yeah, Powell.
He had Bynum and Powell. And Bynum was good when he played there that from when they won that championship.
I'm not saying Hubbard was bare.
Yeah,
I'm saying, I mean, Shaq is Shaq.
Oh, yeah. Well,
still.
Are you trying to say that Will Purdue wasn't as good as Bynum?
Luke Longley?
Listen,
Who was the other one?
They were both defensive guys.
Bill
Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright.
Just
all
the
offense.
Yeah.
Billy
the
Clark.
fact that Embiid
He did have Scottie Pippen.
He just wants to win, and that's so refreshing to see that in pro sports. I know everybody says that. It's a lot of lip service. The first guy to hug Covington is him. The first guy to hug McConnell is him.
He comes
it
off,
doesn't have to be
the
him.
bench after a sprained ankle and he's jumping around.
He could be anywhere in the arena, getting treatment or whatever, and he'll be the first guy out there to hug you and celebrate with you. And it's just it's fantastic.
It's infectious too. That's like the joy and just the fun that he plays the game with is infectious to everyone.
Yeah,
and it's
like
great.
he's 5 years. It's like he's 10 years old
Yeah,
again. And
he's on the court. He doesn't even care.
That's how he is in social media.
Jarrell says Embiid reminds him of me. Back at Greenway back in the day.
Well, that's completely
untrue.
true.
All real talk here today. Just a game changer. A guy brought the level up of everybody around.
Jarrell, please
take
that back. Please take that back.
Jarrell, we don't need him puffing his chest any more than he already does.
We can please take that back.
I get it. I'm trying to get a straight face right now.
We love the participation. Please take that back.
My boy over at Philly Reason, he wants to know. He's asking if we're broadcasting from an ice box. No, we're good, babe. We're good over here. But he said, good stuff. Thanks for chiming in,
It's
brother.
a little chilly in the garage, but it's not freezing.
Chill. It's not freezing.
When you got 370,
line was 10.5.
370 in the power alleys. You got to wear a hat. You know what I mean?
370 in the power alleys.
I'm 40, man. I'm 40.
I'm a man. Bill Casey and Embiid is Triple H approved.
Here we go.
He is Triple H approved.
It always comes back to wrestling with my man Case.
Jarrell, how about Jarrell with a great comment here? How about a live crowd for Super Bowl Sunday here in the studios? Oh, man.
I don't know about that.
No, because he's an alcoholic and a partier, so God forbid he'll be here. So
all right, I'll do it. If you want to do it, I'll do it.
Oh, he's back. He's back. We brought him right back in. You really will do it? You're going to be here on time?
I'll do it.
Can you make it 6 o'clock or on time? Is that possible for you?
Here he goes.
You going to struggle with that?
I'm always here. I'm here on time every game, every show.
Bobby, I'm not skipping.
I'm a primetime player. I don't need to practice. I'm like Iverson. No practice needed.
Bobby claims I'm overlooking his one comment. He said, "Don't skip over my Flacco comment just because I don't like him." I guess he's saying, but
Well, you don't like
he
him.
thinks Flacco's better than Matt Ryan. And I
He
think
is.
that's crazy
He is.
talk. That's crazy talk.
He is.
Stop. Grow up.
He is.
Grow up. You should
Stop.
never watch.
You gotta go by playoff wins.
You are done.
We gotta go by playoff wins.
You get off your knees
Are you
for a minute.
stop?
Get
Are
off
you
your
stop,
green wave
please?
knees for a minute. I know you're going beef and beer today, and I'll send my $25. Okay, but don't you dare
It's 'cause you're
sit here and lie to
Karen
the people because he's an Audubon guy. Don't you do it. Get off the kneecaps and
Listen,
wake up, Peter Pan.
Is Matt,
okay, let's
is Matt
go.
Ryan better?
Let's go. You're not going to. You're not.
By the eye
no.
test, is Matt Ryan better?
No.
Maybe. But guess what? Flacco's got more wins than a Super Bowl. And Matt Ryan don't have that. So what? What? Where you at on that
He's
one?
got one win.
What? He's got one Super
And
Bowl
he
win.
struggled
And he's
ever
got the
since.
most
He's
road
struggled
playoff.
ever since.
He's got the most
dude.
road playoff
It's a
victories
body
in
of work.
NFL history.
Dude, it's a body of
NFL
work.
history.
It's a body
Most
of work.
road
What have you
playoff
done for me
victories in
lately?
NFL history.
What have you done for me lately? His numbers have gone down. He hasn't gotten
He
better.
doesn't have anybody around
Oh,
him.
here we go. Greatness doesn't need
Who's his
stuff.
running back?
Greatness doesn't need
Greatness
stuff.
doesn't need stuff.
Great-
Can you stop it?
Okay.
Can you stop
okay,
already?
Aaron Rodgers can throw to anybody.
Oh,
Will
can you stop? Jordy
Who's
Nelson's
Brady
pretty damn
throw to?
good.
Who does Tom Brady throw
Devontae
to?
Adams pretty good.
Who does Tom Brady throw to?
He had Moss for a while.
Who does Tom Brady throw to right now?
Right now?
Right now.
Bunch of
Thank
speedy
you.
little white guys.
Conversation over. Conversation over.
But Jordy
It's
Nelson's a
over.
good player.
No, he's good because Brady's the best.
Oh, stop it.
Greatness.
Can you
gets-
stop?
Oh my God, greatness. The only reason Joey Edelman waking
But
up.
we're not talking
every
about
morning-
Brady. Brady is the best.
every
We're not
morning-
talking about
The only
Brady.
reason Jordy out.
We're talking about Matt Ryan.
The only reason
He's
Edelman-
always had the best receiver in football for the last 5 years, and he don't win shit. So what? Where are you at?
Just 'cause
We're not talking
the
about
only
Brady. We're
reason-
talking about Matt
The
Ryan.
only reason.
He's going to come
Julian
small again
Edelman-
today. Green Bay wins.
The only reason Julian Edelman wakes up next to a beautiful girl, a new one.
It's because
every
Tom
morning.
Brady?
It's because of Tom Brady.
That's not true.
Not because Edelman.
he's in the NFL.
Not because Edelman. Yeah,
Because he's got a great beard. Right? He's got a great beard.
We're not point fingers. We're not.
You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about.
That is a
Come
solid
on.
beard.
Is that a
He showed you up a little bit. I like it. I like it.
Sure.
Sean A says, Flacco, that's a sensitive subject. Yeah. And Bobby goes, upset he didn't throw more tight end pop passes. Bobby would have overthrown that too. He would have overthrown that too. Write that down.
From Flacco's mouth, Tom was too slow.
Yeah, 4.740. You call that slow?
You didn't run a
See him
4.740 in your
running?
life. Can you
my
stop,
God.
please?
Guy took
with
my
the
hand gestures.
4.740.
Yeah, I got TM. This is
4.740
trademark.
my ass.
This is trademark. You understand?
4.730.
Get off it.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take that. Still moving. Still cruising.
4.7.
my
I never
God.
heard anybody brag about a 4.7 before.
Oops, he's talking 4.7 again. I hope Oops is watching. He's talking 4.7
Those
again.
it was a 4.7. Maybe a 4.75.
Too slow.
Ant never overthrew me. Maybe his arm
He
strength
didn't
wasn't
have the
strong
arm. He
enough.
didn't have the arm. That's why. He's 5'6". How can he compete with Flacco? 6'7". He didn't have the arm.
Jesus. Oh, Anthony Hardy, man, we know Ant. What up, Ant? Pat, Green Bay, Pat, Super Bowl. What else we got here? Tom Vogt. Who you guys got going to the Super Bowl? I got Packers, New England. You got Pack,
I got Green Bay, New England. Yeah.
and you're the curveball.
Falcons, Pats.
Ant says he's 5'8", just to clarify.
A lot of dirty bird
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, and what's that? What's that in like the NFL media guide when they jack your height up when you're really like 5'2" and a half, and they say, "Oh, he's 6." Like Iverson. Like Iverson was
5'7" and a quarter, maybe.
He was never 6 foot, and having the media like 6'1" and a half. This dude's not 6'1" and a half. He's like 5'11". AI.
That's like when you told us you ran a 4'7".
Like this big. Exactly. All
So
lie.
you ran like a 4.9.
When I met Michael
5'2".
Vick, right? When I met Michael Vick one time. Michael Vick was smaller than me, right? But they had him listed in the media guy 6'1", no shot.
No, he's
I'm
like
6'1",
he's like 5'11",
and he was like on
5'10".
my nose. I'm like, hey, Mike,
You're
how
not
you doing,
6'1"
buddy?
either.
You know what I mean? 6'1" and a half. Actually, you want to
6 foot and 3/4 maybe.
Guys, he's always got something to say that makes zero sense.
That's
too.
why I'm on the radio.
That is true. Good to have you
You do serve them up.
at time.
I know.
Look at the
Sometimes you
lady.
set 'em up.
You
Look
can't
at the lady
miss. You
chiming
can't
in.
miss meatballs.
Look, Chrissy chimed in hard. Definitely the beard. I don't know.
Yeah.
She might have meant that for Edelman.
That's true.
John Allen, Falcons, the Dirty Bird. Listen, the most fraudulent fan base in all sports
Oh, stop.
is right down in
What,
Atlanta.
in Hotlanta?
No, just in terms of professional sport. That's a fraud fan base in Atlanta. You're going to tell me it's not?
I don't like the Braves.
Yeah, well, that's all you need to know. The Braves fan base, when you have a Braves fan base like that, everything else is fraudulent around it. Because now you're just fraudulent. Everything's fraudulent. Nobody goes to Braves games. They're building, what they're doing in Atlanta
They
right now
stink now.
is they're building a goddamn resort that make people come to Braves games.
They won
Right,
13
they're building a resort, which I'm going to go to. Right,
They won
so
13
it's
titles.
going to work.
They won
It's gonna
13
work.
division titles
research.
in a
And
row.
nobody
was
showed
gonna
up.
say.
Nobody showed up.
Yeah, they were when they were winning.
Yeah, but nobody showed up when they were losing.
Yeah, well,
Nobody showed up during regular season games in
Who wants to
Atlanta.
watch a
No one's
loser?
been going to Phillies games either. Jesus Christ.
Stop it,
I mean,
Sweeps.
here we
Nobody
go.
went to games in Atlanta, even when they were competing,
Stop
until
it.
the playoffs started.
Come on.
Stop.
Look up the numbers.
I mean, look at the chop,
at that
buddy. There was
number.
not even a seat. You couldn't even sit in front of you because there was a lot of
Yeah,
chopping.
game
There was
7.
chopping going on.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
Catch
they
me.
had to spread out the
Yeah.
seats. There was chopping
81
going
and
on.
162, there wasn't a lot of chop. A lot
Come
of
on.
open seats in Atlanta. A lot of open seats.
Why would you not show up until playoff time? I mean, yawn. I mean,
Well,
three
this
Cy
is
Young,
a Dolphins fan,
3
so,
aces.
You know, frost,
When
no
you're
frost.
winning 10 straight, the
what I'm
regular
saying.
season gets old.
Yeah, you're like, all right, when's October?
You guys,
When's Maddox pitching?
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, you guys are really going to argue me. You
mean-
guys are really going to try to argue that they're a good fan base. This is what we're doing.
they're
right
not.
now.
No,
This is what
they're
we're
not.
doing.
They're not a good fan
You guys
base.
will kind of find turn over every rock and everything you can find. That's why
It's
I love
not- we
you.
don't have to turn over-
So I love you too.
We don't have to turn over rocks.
I could have said,
You leave it right there. You put it right on the tee for us.
and you saw that swing. And you saw that
Oh,
swing.
my
Middle.
goodness, people.
Middle.
I can't.
Is he still talking about
I
this
know,
swing
I
that he
just-
made?
I can't.
He literally
I'm
took
gonna
a cut yesterday off a tee and then sent it to us as a video. Like, I still got it. Look at this.
Nobody said still got
Oh,
it.
you, come on.
Maybe never
You
lost
got
it,
into the
but
camera
still
immediately
had it.
afterwards. Never had it.
I got in the camera and said,
There was a lot of nevers somewhere.
I said dead center homer. Oops. That's all I said.
Dead center homer. It was a line out to the center fielder.
Stop it. It's a double because it's curving.
Oh, stop.
It's slices. My
Stop
ball
it.
slices.
I'm gonna
My ball
say,
slices on
if-
the tee
if-
or when I'm golfing or hitting a baseball. Always a slice.
At best, it was a knock up the middle.
Okay.
It was a 2-out
Great.
knock.
Great.
You know
One
what
for one. All right. 1,000. Let's go.
You went from a double.
go.
And I mean, I said it was a knock.
He just said
Ball was
homer.
on the tee.
He said homer.
Yeah, he went from a homer. Then he pounded me on the knock. This is what we're talking about. This guy's out
This
of
is
control.
the guy we're
He's the
talking
best.
about.
This is the guy right
This
here.
is the guy.
This is the guy.
Old pufferfish himself.
Listen, I created a station based off agree to disagree. So if we weren't arguing about everything and anything, we're doing something wrong. So keep turning over the rocks.
That's why we're
boys.
here.
Keep turning the rocks over.
That's why we're here.
And I'll continue to throw sliders inside on the hands and make you guys struggle to hit consistently.
I just
So that's
take
not
it.
going to go away.
I just take it and wait for in the next hanger.
Ryan Brodo
Wait for the
said,
cement mixer.
Ryan Brodo said he sent it to everyone. Wills, I received 3 copies. Well, no, I was going to edit and throw it up. You know, the ball still's got to swing.
He said,
We talk sports, we know
He was
sports.
going to throw it up.
From sports
do
guys
not
to
put
sports
that
guys.
up. Brodo, do not let him put that
And
up.
with a good editor, you can make that look real good. Head
Stop
right over
it.
chest, driving through. I would have looked, I would have finished balance. Would have looked real good.
You're terrible.
Dude, for 34 years old, thinking a 34 ounce, that's a good cut. Okay,
Are you
grow
still
up.
talking
'Cause
about
you
the
stink.
ounce of the
'Cause
bat
you
right
stink.
now?
You stunk.
It's not moving.
The ball was on the tee.
Move it.
It was
He's
on a
moving.
tee.
Not moving.
His daughter would have hit that.
I had
not
one
moving.
contact in, so it was
She's
moving.
21 months old.
FYI. Oh, that's freaking baseball family. She
I
better be able to
understand.
swing.
She would've hit
Okay?
that.
She better be able to swing. Christy says lots of hand motions today. Someone's going to lose an eye.
All right, that's enough. Turn it off. All right. All right. You know, your 2-comment limit. That's it. You're out.
2 comments.
Oh, that's great.
Back to Sixers.
Yes.
Yeah, here we go.
All
started
right.
talking
So
sliders.
I've heard.
When are we going to see Simmons?
Looks like February 12th was the target,
Yeah.
date?
Anywhere from
That's
10 to-
before the All-Star break.
or after. I mean, what did they say recently?
Well, the All-Star game is
Usually
the 19th.
around the I was gonna say usually around.
I think they said they're
Valentine's
actually
Day.
going to keep him until after the break, which is probably smart. I mean, there's no reason to bring him back right now. I mean,
You know he's going to be on like a 15-minute limit anyway.
yeah, I mean, let him get right. This isn't the year you're worried about. Now, do you want to see him and Embiid play together? No
Yes.
question. So, but I think, and I've heard guys argue with this, like, oh, we don't want to, we don't want to make the playoffs. We want to
Why?
be in the lottery again.
Why?
No, man, tanking. We saw what tanking does and how it's hard to just turn a switch on and start winning right away. You got to have growth.
It
You
built
got-
a culture.
Like these kids actually leaving a stadium for the first times in 3 years for some of these guys winning games like a Noel and an Okafor, even though he's not playing, and all these guys. Listen, it just brings up their confidence, man. You can't keep losing. You can't keep losing and leaving. Leaving the stadium after a loss. Leaving the stadium after a loss. That wears on guys. And getting to the playoffs and taking that little step forward is going to benefit this team in the long run.
No, I agree.
Even if
I
Cleveland,
completely agree.
Even if LeBron takes it to you. All right, now you know.
Well,
What, now you know what it takes.
They're
Next
going
year
to take it to us.
take it to that.
But I tell you what, Cleveland don't want to see us. No, they're looking at it like we don't want to see Philly. You don't want to see the kids. You never want to see the upstart kids when you're like the best team.
No, you don't.
You don't. Now, that being said, what we need to do immediately is trade Okafor.
Yeah.
Why hasn't it happened yet? Every day he sits on that bench and everyone around the league says, look how good they're playing with him not playing.
Yeah.
It makes his value go down.
Yeah.
You got to trade him. Why hasn't he been traded yet? What are we doing?
Because
He's got to be traded.
Yeah.
Because we're clearly a better team with Noel and Embiid on the floor. Because Okafor, now, I think he can score 20 a game right now on somebody's team. Easy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't play any
give up
defense.
28.
He doesn't play any defense.
How about the Rockets? There's a no
like
defense.
the hockey plus minus.
There's a no
Terrible.
defensive
Yeah,
culture.
they're fine with that.
There's
Yeah.
a no defensive culture. I would imagine that D'Antoni would say,
where?
come on in.
The Rockets.
Oh, yeah. They don't got to do
You
anybody
don't
else.
have to play any D there.
Well,
so-
I think who is it? Someone likes him, but I don't know what you're gonna get for him though. I mean, you got to get a first-round pick, right? You would think
yeah.
I mean, at this
first-round
point,
pick and a player, maybe. I don't know,
At this point,
but you got to trade him. It has to be done. Has to.
Yeah, he's still a young pup.
He's young. He's 22.
Third overall pick. I mean, yeah, of course. You're not ready to throw him out.
for a
You know,
reason,
you know,
too.
you're
Yeah,
not
for a
gonna
reason.
throw him out,
still.
you know.
I'm not just gonna give him away.
No,
they're
no,
gonna
yeah,
have
no,
to
that's what I'm
actually
saying.
give me
Yeah,
something for
absolutely.
him, or else I'll just keep DMPing him and keep him on the bench. But I think as long as you do that, though, his value is going down.
Yeah, the guys
It's not going up.
No, the guys want to see him play and
Yeah.
see him continue to progress and. Could he create his own shots? I mean, we know like.
Well, I think he's a post scorer. He's a post scorer for sure, which we know that he can do that. He did it in college. He did it last year here. He'll do it in the league for years. The problem is, can he teach him how to play defense? I don't know if he can. He's got slow feet.
I just think you got to have that in you.
Which is plenty. Of guys
Yeah,
that
well,
don't.
you gotta
defense,
have some
defense,
dog.
defense right here.
It's all about effort. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
a
So
lot of heart and effort. In
defense and
defense.
rebound is all about effort. So I mean, you can't.
He's got the
you
wrong
can't
kind of
teach that,
dog
you
in
know,
him.
you
You know what I
can't
mean?
teach
Like
that.
he needs some dog in him to play defense, but he's more of a mutt on defense. So he has some of the dog in him. It's just a mutt, and it's not going to get it done. And you're going to, listen, that's not a recipe for success anywhere. And so if I'm GMs around the league and I'm looking at Jahlil Okafor and we talk about plus minuses and the whole nine, I'm looking at a guy, he can score 20, but he's going to give up 28. He's going to give up 30 on the other end.
Wow.
So, unless he just got to get a little bit
pair
better.
him- you
He's
pair
not
him
gonna-
with-
he's not going to be
here's-
Serge Ibaka,
No, but
he's got to get better.
Here's the thing. Here's the only good thing about the DMPs is sometimes you get hungry, and we don't know if he's that kind of guy or not. If he's got it in him or not. Like,
Well, I'm
you
sure
know,
he's
when
not
guys-
happy.
when
I'm
you
sure
guys
he's not
get-
happy.
When guys get set, when you get sit down, you decide, hey, I'm going to take my game to another level.
Yep.
All right, trade me. I can be that guy or whatever it is. Sometimes the light bulb goes off when something gets taken away from you. So we'll see if that's
Well, that's what
the
I've been
case
hoping
with him.
for,
We're
too,
hoping-
yeah.
exactly.
And even Nerlens to a point. I was and I love Nerlens, and that's part of my reason.
Well, you
for-
can't trade
for
Nerlens
Jahlil.
because of the defensive factor that Nerlens brings.
Absolutely.
Dude, he can play the four, and he can cover fours, cover stretch fours, and
Yeah.
Jahlil can't do that. And
Yeah.
and Beat said that he didn't want. What am I talking about, Ant? What am I talking about with what?
You're not gonna have, you're not gonna have 4 or 5 guys that go for 25. There's just not enough basketballs. You see it in Golden State how there's just not enough ball to go around. So you got to have certain guys like Noel that do all the dirty work, and they don't get, they stuff the stat sheet in a different way. You know what I mean? Where they're just, he's rebounding, he's getting out in transition.
The little
you know what I
things.
mean? Yeah, so blocks.
Like, if
all
you
that
really
other
just
stuff.
focus on Noel in a game,
Andrew
you'll,
Bogut last year for Golden State.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He's maybe he'll have 12 points, 14 points every once in a while, but most games he had 5 points, 8 boards, 3 blocks. Those are big things.
And he got paid, and he's a stiff.
Yeah, but you know what? On the Golden State last year, he played really well.
Yeah.
And they don't have him this year because Zaza Pachulia is not as good, and I think it's going to hurt them. But they scored tons. So.
Our Sixers Talk brought to you by our certified public accountant, Gibson Mayer LLC. It's tax season, ladies and gentlemen. Time to get them done. Get them. Look at that today.
That's all right.
GibsonMayer.com is where you can find them. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. No, because I'm looking at Ant saying, what am I talking about? So that just got my head there. I'm not
Obi's
sure what
in your
he's
head
talking
again,
about.
huh?
No, I just don't know what he's talking about. Not quite sure what he's saying.
Then his whole life, Ob.
He shrunk you. He
not
shrunk
quite
you.
sure what he
He
said.
shrunk you right there, Nails.
know,
Don't allow it. Bounce back.
I'm not sure what I said. Was it the Atlanta thing? Was it Jahlil? Was it Jahlil stinking on defense? I don't know.
He said a lot of
He said-
things
Was
that are
it Noel?
terrible
I
today,
mean-
so it's
Oh,
tough
yeah,
to pinpoint
yeah.
the worst thing that he said.
Gonna need you to be specific there. Did you see the look?
wait a
Oh,
minute.
I mean, what a great time for live right there. Did you see that look right there by Nails? Haven't seen it in a while.
It's funny.
Usually goes the other way.
Showing some fire, thank God.
No, it's always there. Usually goes the other way.
It's usually
This is a
facing-
one-way street, buddy. Don't be driving down the street.
That boy, I've never seen anything wrong in my life. Everything I said has been 100% right and usually comes to fruition. So I make you guys around me greater. This is what I do. That's what greatness does. You talk about goats and the whole nine. I raise levels. What Jarrell was talking about. Take the jacket off. Stay for a while. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to raise your level of play today and continue to. Unlike this guy, if it was just him talking, you wouldn't get a word in sweeps. He wouldn't raise levels of play because he's a fucking fraud.
Oh.
So,
And now you're dropping F-bombs.
Yep.
Good work.
All right, we got
how's my
guests in
napkin
the
dog him
studio.
up? Right? You
Like
want
to welcome
to
our
have
guests.
a guy. The guys that play defense, you got to have some dog in you. You got to have some fight in you to play defense. The only dog he has in him defensively is a lot of mutt. Okay, does that make sense? Is that clear? That's clear as day. He's a mutt defensively. You want a guy that plays defense, has a little dog, has a little fight on the defense end. He's playing like a mutt.
I don't like the
It's a
analogy
great
either.
analogy. It's a great freaking analogy. Wake up.
No good.
Okay, wake up.
No
I know
good.
it's so early for you, Wills.
You
All right,
could
just
have
hit 12.
said like we want him to be a pit bull or a Rottweiler and not be a Shih Tzu. You could have said something like that, not a dog and a mutt. You didn't go and you went weak with it.
I go weak with it.
Because like I just said, you went weak with it.
Because of a fucking Shih Tzu?
Yeah,
I
because
gotta do
he's
dog- I gotta
a
compare
Chihuahua.
dogs now.
He's a Chihuahua and he's not a pit bull.
Listen, bro, you either got dog in you or you got mutt in you. I got to go deep with you right now. I got to talking Shih Tzus and lots of opposites that sell the freaking point.
Is he a purse
You're
dog?
an idiot.
Is he a purse dog or
He's
a
a
regular
pur-
dog?
Is he a
reg-
purse dog?
Or is he a regular
All
dog?
right. Or does the dog walk you when you walk him? Or do you carry him around in your purse?
Does he take giant shits? What kind of dog is he? I mean, come on.
Is he a Kardashian dog?
Oh my
or are
God,
you?
we still
Or is the
dog?
dog walking you?
Still talking dog right now.
this is come on. This is what the people want.
They want
Right?
dog talk.
Yes.
Dog talk.
This is
Dog talk.
All right, listen.
We're like DMX.
Real question. If you're just joining us, it's Agree Disagree, the Bad Boys of Sports Talk, a2dradio.com. Our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Who will win the conference championships? Let us know. Pack Falcons, Steelers, Patriots. Real simple. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. Sean Hayes chiming in. Damn, I miss those South Jersey Philly. Damn, I miss that South Jersey Philly attitude. I've got you guys in my living room, having lived in New England 15 years.
The only thing good is their food is
Only
their
good
chowder.
Is their chowder. Yeah.
Is that the red or the white?
I can never remember this. The white?
New England clam chowder.
That's great.
Hey, great to have you, though.
Yeah, he's
Hazy.
In the living room, too.
Yeah, you gotta have this
Not-
tuned
not-
up,
yeah,
turned
not-
on, tuned.
come on.
Tuned up. Real simple there.
Tuned on,
Who
turned
wants
up.
to look at
However
Terry-
way Tom wants
Yeah,
to say
I mean,
it.
who wants to look at Terry Bradshaw and you can look at this?
Beard cell. Beard cell.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think do we get the 8th seed
No,
for the Sixers?
I don't. I'd like to see it happen.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to lose. I want them to keep winning, but I just don't. I just think they're too far out. I mean, they're only 5 out. I mean, it could happen. Is Embiid? We have a lot of back-to-backs though.
Yeah,
is he going to start
that's-
playing back-to-backs or
that's
what?
the
Are
thing.
we going to
It's-
keep
it's
coddling this
not
kid?
only is-
Let's play him. Let's go.
I agree. That not only is it
The
a
fuck, it's time.
five-game hill.
We've limited him his minutes all year. He hasn't played any back-to-backs. We can still limit his minutes to 30 because he's still playing
Yeah.
a good amount of time.
Yeah.
But let's start getting him back-to-backs. You know he wants to play.
No, I agree with you, and I think that's the thing. Not only are you climbing that 5-game hill, will he play as much as we need him to play?
Yeah.
Now, last night I'm
There's
fine.
still
with-
like 8 more back-to-backs. That means there'll be 8 games he doesn't play, which
last night I'm
I mean,
fine
we're
with
losing probably at least 7 of them.
just because he left that game with a little slight knee thing or whatever. It was precautionary, so
Yeah.
I'm okay with last night. But going forward, let's if he's healthy, let's turn it up. If we're
Yeah,
gonna
let's
go
go.
there, if we're gonna go, let's go.
And if Simmons is ready to go too, I know they're going to give him like a 15-minute restriction, but I don't want that. Let's make it 25. He's a young kid. He's ready to run.
Yeah,
20.
It's probably going to be 15, but 20. I'll do 20.
Yeah, I
4
mean,
to 5
me in
minutes
the middle.
between 4 to 5 minutes a quarter.
Yeah, me in the middle. I mean, you just want to see him play. You
Yeah,
know,
well, he's going to be good.
Especially, yeah, he's gonna be real good. And guess why he's even gonna be better? You want to know why? Because Embiid's here. The superstar's here, man. The pressure isn't on Simmons like it would have been if Embiid was a flop, or and none of these other guys were any good. Then the pressure will be on him to come in and have to change it all.
Yeah.
And be that great player. Now he can come in and focus on what he's got to do to get better because the process is here.
Now we got
You know
two.
what I mean?
We,
Yeah,
yeah, we might
listen.
have, we might have
Yeah,
two superstars.
I mean it's
which
hard.
is-
It's hard when you're playing with. You're
It's
playing
fun to
with-
think of, though.
If you're playing with 5 guys from the YMCA, that's hard. You know what I mean? But you got Embiid and you got some other
Yeah, yeah,
pieces,
yeah.
and absolutely, you just fit in. Then you're just.
And it was the
You're that guy.
YMCA previously. It was,
Yeah,
it was playing at
absolutely.
Terry Myers League at the YMCA, really.
and you know
And that's
what?
no
Like,
offense to YMCA guys. They
No,
get
not at
after.
all. And I got teed up plenty of that.
Yeah, they lace them
Plenty
up.
of tees.
They get
Plenty of
after.
technicals. Wasn't
I've
known
seen-
for the jump shot.
I've
known
seen
for
the
the
guys.
throw out.
I've seen the guys at the Y. They get after it.
I saw you
It's a little
slam.
dirty
I saw you slam a ball off the
A lot of elbows at
off
the
the
Y.
wall after getting thrown out the one game.
Things happen. Things happen in intramural rec leagues.
That was good stuff.
Guys get aggressive. Hey, winners
Good
try to win.
stuff.
You know what I mean? Even if
Now, I know I said that I hate Covington, and I do. I despise him, but he does
Rocco.
play. He plays great defense. So if he can just
Plays
I know
good
he
defense.
had 2 big shots the other night. Okay, but
great's too.
he plays very good defense for a guard, for a wing
good,
player,
good
for
defense.
sure.
Yeah, good.
Very good. But
Great. Guy goes great. Great defense.
this
Now
fucking guy, you
now
can't
he's
get a
Ruben-
word in
Now
this
he's
fucking
Ruben
guy.
Patterson, the Kobe stopper,
took
right?
it back.
Rocco. Right, come on, dude. Get a clue.
No,
Everything I say you yell over, so now all of a sudden I don't let you get a word.
no, but Covington.
I got to put my head down and let you
If someone
talk.
could just teach him to stop shooting 7 threes a game,
Yeah.
maybe keep it to 2 or 3, I think he's solid. I think he's real solid. So why not, right?
No, he's not a bad player. And if he's your 7th guy, 8th guy, he's, I think we talked about that before. When some of these guys can move down your bench a little bit and not be in your starting lineup, then you're
like
taking
TJ.
the next step. Yeah.
Like I like to keep
I like
TJ.
TJ,
I
yeah,
like TJ,
yeah.
but TJ's a bench guy. He's a bench point
yeah.
guard.
Too many. His turnover differential is way too
Yeah.
big to be a starter, so he's got to be a guy.
No,
who
he's
can
definitely a bench guy. And I mean, there's a couple of them that are bench guys, but that's not a bad thing. You need to have a good
No,
bench.
yeah.
If you're a good team, you have to have a good bench.
A guy like Nick Stowski is a fine bench guy.
Yeah.
In this league, he's a
I
fine
agree.
bench guy. He can hit some threes. Some nights will have good nights. He's actually been throwing the hammer down, dunking recently.
Yeah,
People.
watch out.
A little sauce, a little Nick Stowski sauce. Right? A little sauce. That's what they've been saying. A little sauce.
Hard.
Audition tape.
Al Danabi.
That's what Al Nobby's been saying. Sauce. Sauce. With a little side of
Hot sauce.
sauce.
I think there's a couple guys that aren't going to be on the team. I think that's pretty obvious. But I like Dario.
I love that.
I like Dario a lot.
Dario's
He's 22 also. So, I mean,
I love how Embiid says.
It's
I
really
love
great
how-
that we got a really bright future.
I love how Embiid goes to Instagram and Twitter after Dario's too.
That's an ugly guy.
No, the one before that, he goes, he's about Dario. He's not coming over. He's not coming over. I love it.
Well, I
Because
saw
nobody thought he was. I was a big advocate that until he's off a plane here, I don't believe anything. I need to see a guy off the plane, right? Hit the media, say, welcome to Philly, and then the guy be here, and then I believe it. Until that, I don't believe shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I seen the one thing that he had where it was like a picture of the Sixers at practice, and it was just like a close-up on Dario, and Embiid commented, what an ugly guy. He is great on social media, Embiid, the best.
He's a wonder.
He's
Let's
the
fast
best.
forward. Let's do a little Phil's talk, and we got a question with the Pove too to wrap it up. So we'll get into all that, and if we circle back to
On the stove with the
some
Pove.
championship weekend as well. But this is what is different from essentially a tank, which wasn't really it wasn't really a tank, but a rebuild, whatever you want to call it. But now for the first time, you actually have a professional outfield starting for you, where Howie Kendrick, Herrera, and Michael Saunders looks a lot better than it did the start of last year, strictly in your outfield. So definitely upgrades there. And I just want to know your guys' thought process.
Easy with that term. I mean, it's
What,
a
upgrade?
Yeah, it's a light. I mean, come
It's
on.
still an upgrade
Yeah, I understand, but it's nothing.
to Aaron Altair and the other slop that was ran out there
I
last
didn't say
year.
you were misspeaking. I'm just saying easy.
You guys always think I'm misspeaking, so I try to re-clarify.
You know what I mean?
Well, you always
Listen, the Condor is the X factor because he is a veteran, and if he stays healthy, he can hit 30. He can hit you 30 in Citizens Bank launching pad. As a little stopgap for the young outfielders, because we got a ton of outfielders that, if we had our
I want the
judgings,
kids
we
to
bring
play.
them up.
I'm
we
not
bring
happy.
the kids up. I agree.
I'm
That's
still
what
not
saying.
happy.
I'm
I want the kids to play.
I'm not pissed. I'm not happy. I'm like in the middle with Saunders. It's like
Yeah, me
$9
too.
million. It is what it is. You stay healthy. Go ahead.
And Crawford's going to not play again. I mean, when's he going to be up? God
Yeah.
knows when. We got obviously Galvis and Caesar are going to play in the middle of the infield. Hopefully, Mikel takes a step more towards being a star player.
Which McCannon's looking a lot for, looking for.
Oh yeah, he should.
Really
He
is
should
talking
be.
about a lot
I
and taking
assume.
the next step.
I assume we're going to have him hit middle. He's going to hit our cleanup guy, I would think, or at least three or four. Right? You hope Tommy Joseph can pop out at least 30 spot.
Well, let me hit you
And
guys.
maybe
with
we
the
got
arms.
How
some
about
shit going.
Cousins? I mean,
I
there's
wanna
so
hit
many
you-
pieces.
Yeah, I want to hit you guys
know?
with the arms real quick on who you guys just before it all gets going. Who do you think is in your 5 here?
Okay.
All right, because there's a lot. I mean, there's 8 guys right now.
Go
You got Hellickson, Buckholz, Eichhoff, Nola, Velasquez, Thompson, Asher, Eflin. It's 8.
Yeah, I hate the Buckhole signing. Hate it. They're the trade. I don't like it one bit.
No, I don't like it either.
because it just gets another young guy out of the rotation. Unless you're going to use Buchholz in the pen, which I'm okay with. But I think it's going to be Hellickson. I think that's pretty obvious. And it's probably going to be Buchholz. We're not paying him to be a bullpen guy. I think they already said they want him to be a starter. So you got Hellickson, you got Buchholz.
Nola,
Eichhoff.
Velasquez.
Yeah, or Eflin. I like Eflin.
Or they go 6?
No, I don't think they're going to go 6. But I think one of them, you could see Velasquez, as much as I like him as a starter. I know you think that he could be a really good bullpen guy.
Electric.
If he's on board with it and he's okay with it, they might try to move him to the pen. I could see that because he has the stuff to be a pen guy.
Yeah, he does.
But, I mean, I don't know. I'm not happy with the Phillies. I'm looking forward to it because I love baseball season. You know, but we're baseball guys. Yeah. But I don't know. I want to see the kids play, and I think Howie Kendrick and Michael Saunders is going to delay that for the kids in the outfield.
Well, Matt Quintek went stopgaps in all his moves. Stopgaps because he doesn't think guys are ready. Freddie Galvis, arbitration, stopgap. See, Freddie, I let you walk right out the door. Okay, because I got a top 5 player in all baseball in terms of top 100 prospects. I got to know, can he play? I got to know at the big league level, can he play?
How do we know that they're not ready?
Until you play, you don't know.
Yeah, how do we know?
But that's what I'm saying. I need to see him play now.
I know.
The Quintek's telling us he's not ready by these stopgap moves, but I'm tired of the wait. J.P. Crawford, you can play or you can't, right?
So now, he's 22, right? He's almost 23. It's time to come up.
It's guys want to prolong their stay as GM so they can, I talk about this all the time, so they can say, well, look, I got 5 guys in baseball's top 100. So to a GM, it's like, to the owner, it's like, well, he's doing his job. Like our farm system, our cupboard's got a lot in it right now, and it gets old.
We got slop on the field.
Bring it up. Yeah, but my point is you can slop on the field, but he can sell you, and a lot of GMs do. I'm not talking about Clinton, but a lot of GMs will, they wait on the farm system, This is not a small market where you have to worry about the arbitration and guys' clock start at the MLB level. Let's go.
We're in Philadelphia. This is a huge market. Let's go.
Let's go. J.P. Crawford needs to be up. If you want to tell me Nick Williams isn't ready or whatever the case is, okay, and Michael Saunders.
I don't know Nick Williams ever going to be ready.
Okay, Michael Saunders you want to bring in, I'll live with that. I'll live with Howie Kendrick, Michael Saunders. But when you really give arbitration to Freddie freaking Galvis, just stop it. Just stop it. He needs to be gone, not because he didn't have a better year, because your future.
I thought Freddie was all right last year.
Your future needs to play opening day.
I agree.
With these
kids. I'm right with you.
Let them play together. This waiting game because we argued this in August because of arbitration. They weren't going to bring Crawford up in September. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Because of dollars and cents in a top 5 market, we got to wait. That's a joke. And listen, Quintek, I'll be calling for your head in a year if you don't start bringing pups up ASAP. Forget the arms, dude. They all need to be up.
I agree.
Okay? If Dylan Cousins can play, he can play, right?
And
I'm not saying he can, but if he can play, he can play.
Yeah, take the pieces and do something with the pieces.
No, you're not going to.
I don't trust this process. I do not. Hashtag not trusting this process.
Well, you got too many outfielders.
Yep.
If you're talking about all the pups, you're talking about too many outfielders.
You
got too many corner guys.
Because now Quinn goes back
down, right?
You
got too many first man. I'm going to say corner guys. Franco's your guy. But you got too many guys that play first. You got first and outfield, so you got to move those guys. And obviously, we just talked about 8 pitchers. So there's things to be moved.
We didn't even talk about Cousins or Hoskins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now you talk
Quinn.
Then you talk about Alfaro.
Williams, and not to mention the guy who's going to be our best outfielder is Moniak. He'll be up in a few years.
Yeah, you would think, yeah. But my thing is, look who gets the yo-yo again. Yeah. That's Roman Quinn. Now, granted, injury-wise, but dude, let the guy start an MLB season. If he gets hurt,
I thought he played pretty well in September.
If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. You're not winning anything.
He did.
No shit.
You're not winning anything. Let Roman Quinn play at the MLB level consistently. If he gets hurt, okay, then the guy just can then hey,
he can't stay healthy. Yeah, he can't stay healthy.
It is what it is. But
like
you're
Ryan Matthews.
You're gonna call him up in September and let him play a little September baseball. He gets hurt, and now all of a sudden he's yo-yoed. I mean, that's just bad news, man.
And sometimes you can destroy a prospect by yo-yoing them back and forth.
Exactly. When you got those young arms, you don't know what they do until they play. Like the Mets obviously didn't. They knew those guys were special, but not until they got in the big leagues.
Yeah, everyone was saying. Remember, didn't anyone bring Syndergaard up?
Yeah, Pope.
2 years ago, and then he comes up and he goes like 14-6.
They said he needed a lot of maturation down in the minors, and he
comes up looking like fucking Thor. Yeah. He needs a lot of maturation.
Well, that's much thanks to Frank Viola. That's who got his act together.
But okay, Frank Viola, pitching coach at the big league level, right, Rob? at the big league level, right? This is the thing, right? I always say this. Are you going to
probably
get
the
better
roving guy.
instruction? Are you going to get better instruction at the minor league level from a minor league pitching coach or hitting coach or whatever, or at the big league level?
No, I
Time's
think
yours.
he's the roving guy.
You know what I mean? Time's
He's probably
yours.
the roving guy, just to have that guy in your organization. But still, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
You're,
Now,
yeah,
like,
you're right.
who are you going to get better instructions from, essentially, at the big league level or at rookie ball? Well, really. I mean,
No, I
guy-
agree.
Well, I
so,
mean, even if you don't want to
I'm
go
saying
that,
for
even
big
if you
pro-
don't want to go that deep, it's a success,
Yeah.
or a failure to see what they got, see what you're made of at the
Yeah.
big league level.
Yeah.
Bring him out. Put him out there.
Yeah.
A guy can hit 290, 320 in the minors all day and come up to big leagues and flat out stink.
I mean,
right?
you can be a cage monster, you can be a showcase guy, and 100, your arm is 100 miles an hour. You're a slick fielder, and then in the ninth inning, the ball goes up your arm, right? Because you take the heat. There's guys we talk about all the time. There's guys that are 5 o'clock hitters and 7 o'clock hitters. It's just a difference.
Give you a great example with Noah Syndergaard. When he first came up, had a lot of movement in his motion, and he was wild because of it. He slowed it down because of the advice of the pitching coach. Little movement, slide step, bam, and he's much more accurate now. That's the type of changes that you get on the major league level. Sure, Viola helped him out in terms of being ready to be in the big leagues, but if you're going to get from point A to point B and be that elite pitcher, you got to learn in the bigs, learn on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ryan
Well, you want to get thrown in the fire and see how you deal with it.
Yeah. Right, Dennis chiming in. Crawford needs to be on the team opening day. Completely agree. James Holthoff sweeps. He don't care about me and Wells. Sweeps. Hit you with a big, long sweeps. And Brian Dale, he can see Vinny in the pen. Because
Yeah, I
of
could
his
see
stuff.
Vinny in the pen.
So.
I could see them being really bad this year, too.
What's up, Holtz?
But I'll tell you what, you're not going to like this, but I feel like I'll be doing a disservice to our fans if I don't bring it up. But if Odubel has a good year this year, I ship him. Trade him while you can get something for him,
Why?
because I don't think he's in the future. That's why.
Why not, though? Who's your future outfield?
Draw hard around him.
Roman Quinn, Mickey Moniak, and Nick Williams. That's my future outfield.
You're an idiot.
Why?
Because you're going to trade proven MLB talent for Nick Williams because you think.
I'm saying you can get a lot for Odubel if he
Why not
plays well
trade
this
Nick
year.
Williams then?
You're not going to get a lot for Nick Williams.
Why not?
But
Top
you're not.
prospect, right?
Yeah,
Why
but you're not going to get a lot for him because he's
Okay.
not proven on the major league level.
All right, dude. I don't agree with you. Now you just
I
don't
know you
like
don't.
a guy.
I don't
You
like
don't
him.
like him.
I
so
don't
that's why
like him.
you
You're
trade
right.
him.
I
Not
don't
'cause
like him,
he's-
but if he has a good year, you can deal him for something good.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I don't deal him, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
That's
I
fine.
don't, you
Mickey
can suffer
Moniak
from
is
us.
our center fielder of the future.
Okay.
That's 100% truth.
Okay, and Herrera can't play left?
I think that's why you put Quinn there.
But Quinn, now you put a guy who hasn't stayed healthy after there. That's your.
Well, okay,
This
if he
guy-
keeps getting hurt, then maybe you keep him.
This guy looking for anything he can find right now. A guy who's never healthy, you're putting over Odubel Herrera.
Well, guess what?
This
He came out. You shush. Okay, if you watch, put your hand out of my face before I kill you
Put your hand
on
out of my
live
face.
TV. Okay,
Yeah, bring it.
seriously.
I would
Ready?
love a murder live. Love to have a murder live.
You're right.
I'll be
I'll be walking
an
out of here in
easy-
cuffs. I won't
I'll
be able to
do
watch
an
the
easy
games later.
60 for this one. I'll go an easy 60 to life for this one. So let's
ready?
go.
We're not going to need Kojak on this one.
Okay, listen. If you watched the Phillies last year, like I know you did, Odubel started great. Great plate discipline. The end of the year it fell apart. He had no plate discipline at the end of the year. Is it going to be like that again? What's going to happen? Huh? Where are you at on this one? Let's hear something. Because you love him. What the end of the year after the All-Star break, was he not awful at the plate again?
He struggled, man. But
Yes, he did.
okay.
Struggled bad.
But he still had a good year.
He did have a good year. He had a really good first half.
Okay, let's see. Now let's see, going into your third season, the adjustments made. He made adjustments from one season to the next. Okay, yeah, he struggled at the end. Guys are going to struggle in this league. Can he make an adjustment
baseball. It
now?
happens. I
Can he
agree.
make an adjustment now?
Little too much flair.
It could be. This is how these guys play, though. It's not just him. I mean, get off of the flair with the Latino ball players, guys. It's how they all play. Okay, in freaking no. In men's leagues, you can find.
If you're hitting at 440, you can bat flip. If you're hitting 320, you don't bat flip.
It's the flair they play with, man. I'm not saying I like it, but I'm not saying I like it, but it is what it is all around the league. So don't hate on one guy here because he does it. It's all around the league.
I'm not a fan of all around the league. I'm a fan of the Phillies.
I'm just making a point though that don't ship Herrera out because he's got flair.
I'm not
dude.
shipping him
You're
out because he
shipping
has
out 'cause of
flair. I'm shipping him out because I don't think he's going to get much better than he already is.
And that's okay. That if that's how you really feel, but I don't believe it. There's
okay.
an agenda.
So you think he's going to become really good?
I think he's going to continue to get better. Listen, the guy's got great plate discipline in my eyes. He can flat out hit, and I think he's only going to get better at it if he continues to work. Now, I can't make the guy work. I don't know if he's putting in his work. We're going to find out. Now,
All
if he
right.
comes out and struggles, listen, I'll eat crow if the guy ain't good
That's what I
enough.
was asking you.
Yeah.
I was saying
I'm
like,
not in love with the guy
too
like he's
much
my
for
guy.
him. Is he a hard worker? Is he,
I think he
or
is. I think
or is
he
he a
is.
show guy? I don't know.
McCannon seems to like him a lot. You
All
know,
right.
they sign him to a deal. They must like him a lot. He must do the right things. They ink him up. So I'm looking at it as like, hey, the guy's a worker in my
Well, he's
eyes.
probably our best player at
Just
the
because you
moment.
got flair on the baseball field and might do a bat flip one time wrong in 162 doesn't mean you're not a worker. It doesn't mean it.
I never said he's not.
Yeah.
I'm making a
I just
point.
don't. I just think he's reached
We
his
know
ceiling.
he's your son, so we're asking you. I mean, you got
Yes, I mean you
not a
fathered
shot.
him, you bottled him into the world. You know,
You know he
coddled
works.
him. Is he ready? Is he a
all.
worker?
We were just asking. Inquiring minds want to know.
But that
When
guy-
you were swaddling him, were you telling him that he's got to be a worker?
he got tons of milk out of my teeth, so he's going to be good. Big year this year.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Freaking jerk offs. You guys always, you know what I mean? There's no son here. There's no relation. All right?
Next.
Nerd alert!
BJ Jarrett, Nicky Hits. That's debatable. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Beach?
Used to hit.
Thanks for chiming in.
Still hit.
Wow, now he's going.
No, he said he used to hit.
He's
He
coming
still
for the
hit.
sweeps.
No, he said he hits. Nicky hits.
Tommy comes.
It says he still hit. Is that an attack or is that a question?
We saw that you
It's a
don't.
little
hit.
bit. It's a little bit.
It was.
Is it? Do you still hit? Okay, you guys want to talk attacks. Jesus Christ. I've been in the middle of an attack all day.
He's under siege.
I got to go get a nice warm bath.
We're gonna put a ponytail right here, little cigar. Under siege.
Nice warm bath. Wow.
It's a fucking joke. All right?
I don't know.
Genius.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm a bath guy. You're a big guy who I would assume loves a lot of candles around the tub. Written all over you.
That was a weird comment.
I think you're a candle by the tub guy.
Jack Handy. Deep thoughts by Jack Handy right here.
Oh shit.
Rob, go with your questions.
Yeah, let's go questions.
So you shut
We're
these
done.
guys
We're
up.
done. We're done.
Real
with baseball.
back in. Real back in.
That comment brought me to the Big Lebowski right there.
Professional this up, would you?
All right.
Well, before you do that,
Yeah.
the 5 questions brought to you by Rob Povia, brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountant. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com, as well as the Sports Outlet, Glendora, New Jersey, for all your sporting needs. Find them on the web, sportsoutletinc.com.
It's tax time.
A week later after the carnage, how are you feeling, Robert?
I'm good.
You shouldn't be.
Don't let them lie to you.
How am I
shouldn't be.
how am I not used to this after the last 20 years? All right, I've been trained.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Joe doing, huh?
I feel the same way. Muscle memory.
Hopefully he's feeling like shit.
Watch your mouth.
Hit me with the questions.
All right, little early NCAA prediction. Will UNC and Kentucky face each other in the Final Four?
Oh.
I'll go, yeah.
That's a loaded question. I don't know what side they're going to be on.
I'll go all things being equal, yes.
I think that Kentucky and UNC have an extremely good shot to make
Yes.
the Final Four. I'll tell you that. UNC's big, man.
Yeah,
they're
no,
big.
absolutely.
They're big.
They both can score. Both teams can score. With that's if so, that's a 95-90 game right there.
Right.
And both teams get up and down. The Fox kid, kind of turned an ankle yesterday for Kentucky, so we'll see.
Yeah, De'Aaron.
I don't think it's that.
I think he's
bad,
okay,
but-
though,
but
yeah.
yeah, he's okay.
And Monk can
But
flat
they're
out
so,
shoot it.
Yeah, I mean they're so talented. They're so young. They're leader. They're veteran guys like a sophomore. That's when you're a veteran.
Well,
on
UNC's got
Kentucky.
veterans, though.
Yeah,
they got
yeah.
the two big guys that are both seniors.
Yeah, Meeks is like an 8th year.
Kenny
senior,
Meeks,
right?
yeah,
I swear he's been there 8 years.
He's been there for, yeah.
Poor guy.
And Isaiah Hicks has been there for at least 4.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think I
like
would say
Kansas.
I like Kansas too.
I like Kansas.
I like UCLA. They also can score.
Yeah, they can score.
They got kind of pummeled by Arizona last night though. But
Yeah, a little wake up call.
yeah, I think there's a couple of really good teams.
Yeah.
Kentucky's really good.
I mean, you can't throw out the champs either.
No, we don't have the inside game this year though, which scares me. But you know what? They're winners. And Josh Hart, you're not gonna find a better player in the country than Josh Hart.
Yeah. So I mean,
Much as
I
I don't
do
like
like
Nova.
Kansas. I think Frank Mason's, playing tremendous. He should be the player of the year in the Big 12. And he's just a difference maker, So we'll see. But there's probably a grouping of 10. Oregon, we know how.
Oregon's
you know
good.
how
Baylor's
we feel.
good.
You know how we feel about the Pac.
Pac-12
The Pac-12. We hate
stinks.
it. All right, but Oregon's is pretty good, and
Pac-12
obviously
stinks
Arizona,
in every sport
Arizona
except
just
for
got,
baseball.
got their guy back yesterday.
Right.
Young kid was,
Yeah.
failed a drug test.
PED
or something.
kid,
he was,
yeah.
he was
He was juicing.
He was fantastic yesterday. So
Right. Well, that's why I asked the question. I want to see which teams have the wherewithal to get there. I mean, of course, you don't know till the brackets are set up. Maybe one of these teams are in a tough bracket, hard road to get there.
I'd say there's a good solid 8 to 10 teams that have a
that's
really
what I'd say.
legit shot.
yep, and that's what makes it great.
Should be exciting. Get your brackets ready. All right, number 2.
Best time of year.
Hell yeah. Who should the Eagles draft with their first pick, specifically?
Oh, I mean, I gotta go D back. I gotta stay defensive back. But it's a big believer. You gotta be able to stop the pass to win in this league. It's a pass happy league for the most part.
Where are they sitting at now?
14.
14, I
right,
think.
Yeah, I mean D back. I mean, a lot of people are gonna say wide receiver. I gotta go defense side of the football. I gotta get my secondary to where I need it to be able to compete. So that's where I'm going. Best player available.
I'll tell you,
I think if Dalvin falls in your lap, you sign that up.
Yeah, it's best player,
7 days
though.
a week. Dalvin Cook, I love him.
Dalvin Cook's my favorite player
You know
in the
what I mean?
draft. I agree with Sleeves. He's my favorite player in the draft. So if he's there, I
like
take him.
Fournette a lot,
I
too.
take him, but I'm taking best player available, obviously. But all things being equal, if you have best players, equal players all around, running back, wide receiver, D back, I'm drafting defensive.
Now, I don't usually agree with Tom, but I will here. I go D back.
Should we
Now
just
that
stop
being
this now?
that being said,
Hell just froze over.
apparently it's a really deep D back class. And so if you think, because we have the 9th pick of the second round? Is that what we have? I don't know, but our pick in the second round is earlier than our pick in the first round. So if you think you can get a D back there and a good one, then I could say, okay, maybe if Mike Williams is still there or the kid from Western Michigan, I don't know his name, but they're both like the two highly touted wide receivers. If one of them is still there, 14, okay, I'm okay with you taking a wide out then. If it's one of the two really good ones because we need one. Shit, we probably need 2. But we definitely need 2 DBs. And if you can get a really good one at 14, I'm down with taking a DB. For sure.
Yeah.
What year is the Syracuse receiver?
Senior.
Not to put you on.
Yeah, at Ottawa.
I think he helped himself out.
I think they're saying
I don't know what kind of boards.
second, third.
Yeah.
Second, third round. I like Ottawa. He
That's
can
what
play.
I'm saying, yeah.
Coolness. All right, number 3. The Flyers returned from their bye week to a nasty beatdown at the hands of the Devils. What is wrong with the Flyers, and can they correct it?
What's wrong is a lot. Defensively, we're young, and the other guys that aren't young aren't good. So that's not good. And we have our goal scoring, which was great at the beginning of the year, has fallen off. I think this is like what we are, though. Like, I didn't expect us to be, a top 4 in the East team. I thought we were going to be battling for a playoff spot, and which is what we're probably going to end up doing. I just don't think we have the talent to be. Like, I mean, we have some young guys that, though, they should get better and we should get more talented, but at the moment, I just don't see it. And I want to bring Morin up. We need like a physical presence on defense that Morin would bring if we brought him up, but we're just keeping him down for some reason.
Yeah, it's just another one of
Bring
those
up that
cases
edge.
where
Yeah.
it was another one of those cases where it was that winning streak was like a mirage a little bit. Where they were just doing enough and playing great hockey, but that's not who they were, like Willie said. So
A lot of
just-
dog
that
fight,
people
a lot
got
of OT
people got
wins.
really excited when rightfully so.
I mean, it was very exciting.
Absolutely.
But you know what also doesn't help is that Mason was playing well at the time, and Mason has not played well since.
Due to overuse. Yep.
Yeah, and Nuvi, I mean, I think Nuvi's a solid goaltender. But like what they said, when you have 2 goaltenders, you don't have a goaltender. So we don't have the one guy,
Yep.
and that's the killer.
Right.
And we have a bunch of young goaltenders that are coming up that should be good in a couple of years. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the goaltending situation. So I like Stolars. I don't think he's bad. And then the kid Hart that played for Canada in the juniors is really highly touted. So
Ronnie's stockpiling them. You got to move some of those guys possibly.
Yeah.
I think you're probably going to have to trade one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the problem, my opinion, is Hackstall. His line juggling has been atrocious lately. Putting Matt Reed on the number 1 line. Are you freaking kidding me?
I hate Matt Reed.
And the way they've juggled the goaltending, you address that, not giving Stolars enough looks while he was up.
Shit, let the kid play.
He's just like Sean Couturier had. Hackstall's having a sophomore slump in terms of the coaching department.
Yeah, he is, and I think a lot of it is when you start struggling, you start mixing and matching.
Yeah.
Can this work tonight? Will this work tonight? Like trying to find any combination line wise to try to get yourself out of the slump. So I think that's hurting them too. And it's not. Listen, the the overall talent isn't completely there yet.
I don't think it is there.
It's an okay hockey team.
Right.
Smoke and mirrors a lot in that win streak in terms of a lot of OT wins, right? Which, they are what they are.
Couple shootout wins, but they never got them before.
We're not listen, we're not bad. We're not a bad hockey team, but we're not an elite hockey team.
We weren't what you thought you were a month ago.
Ghost hasn't been as good offensively as he was last year, which is a killer because we were kind of counting on it,
Yep. All right, next question.
Yeah.
You got it. Currently, who is the top MLB free agent as we inch closer to spring training, and where will he land?
Ooh, go on.
It seemed like all the big studs went to arbitration. Everybody got most of those guys got 1-year deals.
Yeah, a lot of them did. Yeah.
So I'm not sure who's out there, but that's a great question.
Is Justin Turner still out there?
No, he signed.
No, he signed.
I'm just giving you who's out there.
Cespedes signed.
Encarnacion signed.
Well, Joey Bats just signed,
Bauer.
right?
Trumbo
Joey Bats
just
just
signed.
signed.
Cardinals.
Fowler signed with
Fowler
the
signed.
Yep.
Reddick, he stinks, but
Trumbo.
Ian Desmond. I'm just giving you names. Wilson Ramos, Neil Walker. There's not, like you said, there's not
The top
not
one
a
in
lot
my
going
mind
on. Not
is
a lot going on.
Jose Quintana.
Is Quintana still out there?
Yeah.
I like Quintana.
Yeah.
Good lefty.
Yep.
He was free
He is.
trade
He's
piece?
trade piece. Yeah.
I didn't know he wasn't.
He's
a free
going to
agent,
be a free
but
agent.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Great piece.
Rob, I feel like they're all pretty much locked up here.
Almost, there. A lot of them are.
Most of them are.
Yeah, anybody that was on the verge, they gave him that 1-year deal.
Yeah.
You saw it like last week. It was just
Napoli
a
was Napoli
who's
signed?
who of arbitration.
Did Rich Hill get a deal?
I think
big
so.
deal.
Rich Hill got a deal.
I assume he did.
Mike
I
Napoli.
know Jansen signed, right?
Napoli.
I think he might still be out there. I mean, the Rangers were talking about signing, but I don't think that's official yet.
Who got a big deal?
Interesting. So, not a lot like
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
expect. Baseball, again, doing a lot like a little bit from the NBA book. They do a lot with each other in terms of, being able to keep your guy, longer.
Just one.
And it makes for a little more consistency.
Yeah, a lot of 1-year
they look
deals
for.
all over the league.
Yeah, so they want guys to stay home a lot of sports. They really do. They're trying to get away from free agency. Yeah, getting your payday, but staying home.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to keep that going because there was a period where, you forget he was even on your team anymore. Guys were leaving so quick. So this is what all the leagues, I think, are trying to implement. Where, definitely in basketball where you can give more money to your guy than another team can.
Yeah.
Where's your guy going to go?
Baseball is guaranteed.
Most of the time you're going to stay.
Baseball is guaranteed.
Guaranteed, yeah.
So whoever calls you up, like, yeah, sure, come
Sure.
on in. But Bobby Bove knows Bobby Bo's still getting paid.
Yes.
Mets still owe him 1.1 million.
Bobby Bo's still working in the hot dog vending. He's still selling hot dogs at the Shea Stadium.
$25 million man.
Next one, Robbie.
All right, last question of Pope's 5. Top 5 time. Your top 5 NFL championship games.
Ooh, good one.
Well, obviously, my number one is going to be, obviously when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, that's got to be my one. It just has to be.
Knew it.
It has to be.
We lost.
No, when we went to the Super Bowl, NFC Championship games. He said
Oh, okay.
championship
Okay,
games.
that makes sense.
So that's
my
number
definitely.
one when the Eagles finally got over.
Yeah,
the
when they
hump.
beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
that was
Hell yeah.
great.
Come
That
on.
was awesome.
Come on, needed that. Gonna be slitting wrists, jumping off the wall, whipping. I needed that in my life. I needed
Yeah,
it.
we had a bunch of losses in a row. I wasn't happy.
Wasn't going well.
Yeah, mine would be that one as well. I'm trying to think of memorable championship games.
I am too. Obviously the next one's sit with you.
The Super Bowl. A Super Bowl, I know a bunch of good ones.
Championship games
Yeah.
too. I'm just trying to think back. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Obviously, I'll go Eagles. I'm sure you're there.
Eagles is my number one.
If you have some that off the top of your head, if you have any that you were gonna rattle out, if you have any that.
Well, here's one.
Like
How
how
about
the Niners Packers? Is that one with the throw T.O.?
Yeah.
Is that a
yeah.
championship game?
no.
Oh,
Was that-
hang on, T.O. baby.
Was that
might have been
divisional?
divisional.
I don't know.
Or was that a wild card? No, that was a wild card.
That was a wild
That was a
card.
wild
Yeah.
card game. Still a great one. Great one.
I got one.
In traffic,
His
my man
coming
T.O.
out party. His
Ravens.
coming out party.
Ravens,
Yeah.
New England. The year when Baltimore won was a good game, and the year when New England won, where Lee Evans dropped a touchdown in the end zone,
Oh, yeah.
and then Baltimore missed a field goal to send it to OT. That was a really good
Yeah,
game.
it was.
Yeah.
A lot.
There's a few. Colts. When Colts finally got over the hump and beat New
Colts,
England,
New England,
they
yeah.
had the fourth down stop of the little quick pass. But if you remember, New England was up 21-3. Colts came back and they won 38-35. Really good game.
And that game was
Fa-
in Indy too.
I
That
think
game was in
Falcons,
Indy, right?
Vikings.
They were
When
hitting
Cunningham
hard.
was good and Moss and all
Yeah.
that, they missed a field goal. Might have been Gary Anderson.
Gary
missed a
Anderson.
field goal.
Yeah, Falcons.
Chris
Vikings.
Carter,
And the
Randy,
Falcons
right?
went, yeah,
And
yeah.
Randall.
That was a dirty bird.
Yeah.
I think
Jamal
we're
Anderson,
gonna, to your point though, to
Yeah.
your question, I think we're gonna get some today. I think we might see two real good ones
That's
today.
why I asked.
I think
that.
Green
Yeah,
Bay
I really
Atlanta is
do.
going to be really good.
Really do. And listen, listen, Mike Tomlin's a great football coach. As much as I think New England wins this game by 2 scores, Pittsburgh's going to stay in this football game. And he's too good of a coach.
Yeah.
In my opinion, too good of a motivator. You got Ben at quarterback. Listen, all jokes aside,
Antonio Brown, who's covering
they're
him?
going to show up and play football. They know Pittsburgh, and it's actually, besides the asshole comment, that's the only thing that leads me to New England with a 2-score win. Just because of that, you put something on the bulletin board.
And that's all, all the more reason for Antonio Brown to just be a monster today, too.
Yeah,
so
true.
to put all that, because that's the same thing with.
Yeah, Edelman threw a little shot at him. Did you see that?
The same thing with ODB when they went to Miami and was like, hey, that's fine, do whatever you want on your off day, but show up in Green Bay. They didn't. And
Nope.
Beckham didn't show up in Green Bay. So now it's like, hey, Brownie, you want to do, you want to show live videos? Now, let's do something today on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he will.
Everyone's okay. Everyone's okay with the Facebook Live video if he has a $1.80 and 2 today.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, like I said, he's went live every time. So, I mean, it wasn't something new for the Steelers.
Yeah, but
going live.
well, them hearing everyone hearing Tomlin's speech afterwards was new. And, of course.
And I'm sure the white guys with his bare ass wasn't happy about it.
Maybe he was.
You never know.
I was like, damn, Antonio, turn that camera.
Hey, Antonio, let me turn around forward first. Show you what I'm working with.
Find somebody to interview.
Another heartbreaker, but the Eagles-Cardinals championship game was awesome. And that game was
it was awesome,
Even
yeah.
though they lost that game.
That's when we ended up taking the lead,
Yup.
and then we put who was it? We put shitbag on Larry Fitz, and Palmer just went. Larry Fitz catches it, stiff arms the dude to the ground, walks to the end zone. That was terrible.
That was Kurt Warner.
Yeah, Warner threw it up to him, right?
Yeah.
I said Palmer, Warner.
No, that's all right.
Nah, we're here.
I just want to make sure that people know that Palmer never went.
We're not going to
anywhere.
let it.
Yeah.
We're not
First
gonna
off,
let you underestimate the
Hey, I just want people to know that Palmer ain't won shit.
I said no. He went to USC. I know better.
Matt Leinert's won more. And that's real talk.
Josh
USC's
Booty.
the worst. Worst QBs ever. Cody
Listen.
Kessler, he'll be next in the line to be a shit QB.
Listen, everybody join us Facebook Live. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Sunday, 11 o'clock, same place, same time. I'd like to thank Sports Outlet Glendora, New Jersey, for all your sporting needs. Find them on the web, sportsoutletinc.com. And we'll just go over.
Hopefully we'll see you at the Audubon Baseball Beef and Beer today. If you're not doing anything, swing up. It's always a good time. Yes, I will. I will plug it. I'm fine with it.
Hey, that's fine. As an alumnus,
We're all alumni
Godspeed.
here.
As an alumni, I'll spend my 25. You know what I mean?
Hey, thanks for
That's how I
chiming in.
work.
Enjoy your Sunday, championship Sunday.
Classy, right?
Should be fun.
Is that
Championship
classy?
Sunday.
Take % 25 in your pocket.
We'd like
go
to
up there
thank
with.
our
Yeah, you
guests
can
for
do that.
stopping in. Our guests for stopping in. Hopefully they enjoyed themselves.
I'd like to thank Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified pub account. Make them yours. Obi's not talking right now, so I'm good with this one. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Baseball hitting, training, individual lessons, the whole 9. Go check them out, scanzanosports.com. And am I missing anybody today?
Bianca, you should be napping. Let's go. Get that nap in right now.
Bianca, go to bed.
Get that nap
Well,
in.
you want her nice and good for when you can watch football.
Yeah, well,
right?
I got to come home and watch her. So if she comes home and takes a nap, I'm good. I'm Gooch.
Gucci. I'd like to thank our show sponsor every Sunday, BMW of Atlantic City. We're right here in Mount Ethan, New Jersey. BMW Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 of the Parkway. Find them online, bmwofatlanticcity.com. Everybody tune in here. Thanks. Join us again next Sunday, 11 o'clock. We'll be here, the Bad Boys. For Tom Arnone,
We'll be talking Super
Nick
Bowl.
Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Rob Povia, everybody here at HUDRadio.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Tom Arnone,
No, it's call-out time.
Brian Wilson,
You died for that football.
Nick Delgazzo.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.